gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank, man. I'm joined by Patrick Price, a.k.a. Aches. We got Christopher Duarte, a.k.a. Parasite. And, of course, we got the one and only Mr. Benjamin. Okay, well, I forgot I had Tiny ZooMaa there. I forgot I had him there. You know, Ben, how you doing? Ben, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. We had a pretty good stream today. What else did I do today? Oh, I had a good conversation with Brett Diamond this morning from Rocker.
Oh, I saw that. How did that go? I actually saw that. Was that good?
We talked to Brett about the Minnesota home series. We're actually doing one in Madison, Wisconsin of the two, one in St. Paul, one in Madison. So we talked through that and like a bunch of other business questions. I think people really like that. So I'm gonna try to bring guests on like on Thursday and Friday before the matches, and we're gonna try that out. But yeah, other than that, been a good day, and I'm excited to talk some COD.
What's going on with you, Pat? Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead. Take the floor.
I was gonna say, me and Ben went, 3 for 3 today in predictions.
Yes,
perfect, sir. Perfect. Predicted all matches correct. But yeah, no, Tom, I've been good, man. I've been good. I've been global. I've been global this week. I'm all over, doing a lot.
Of course. You've been doing great things behind the scenes, Pat. You've been doing great things, man. Great things.
Doing a lot. You
guys will learn more about that soon.
I got Florida. Did you see Florida? I worked with Florida to do a VO for one of their major roster announcements.
I did see that.
Did they pay you for that or no?
Yeah. We did good business.
Okay.
Good business. I like that.
And then I also, obviously, if you guys saw, I worked with New York a little bit today to get out some of their post match content for after they played the Vegas. But yeah, man, I've been good. I've been busy, but yeah, I've been good, Tom. Thank you for asking.
No problem, Pat. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. And then, of course, we got Chris Duarte, a.k.a. Parasite. What's going on, Chris? How are you, man?
A.k.a. the big show.
I had an okay day. Didn't go 3 for 3 in predictions. I went 1 for 3, unfortunately. I rooted for some underdogs, and there
was only 3 matches.
Down, man. Yeah, I mean, well,
you went 1 for 2.
1 out of 3, whatever. You get the point.
You only got 1. You got 1. You got 1 out of 3. You got 1 out of 3.
I thought I was faded. I was right.
Okay.
So I went 1 for 3. Yeah, I just rooted for some underdogs, and yeah, they didn't pan out the way I wanted to.
My bad. I'm the faded one here, folks. But we had some good matches today, man. We had some good matches, especially the first and the last series, one of them being a blowout. But I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time. I want to switch right over, give you guys a little recap of the day. We kicked things off with the London Royal Ravens going up against the Florida Mutineers. We started off with a Hydro Hardpoint, followed by a Fortress Search, Hotel Control, Hotel Hardpoint, Embassy, S&D. This one went all the way down to a Map 5. Gentlemen, what do you think about the vetoes? Anything that caught your eye? Anything that was surprising? We got a Hydro, Map 1.
No, I think the vetoes are pretty straightforward. Silo is like the one control map that Florida's good at. And I think this is a fun series to watch. I don't know if the COD was like super amazing across the board. But Chris, I'm curious your thoughts sort of overall, like what you think. Do you think this is sort of the battle of the two teams at the bottom?
Yeah, I think there's a battle to blow it up. But honestly, I was surprised with the vetoes in the control because I thought Florida was probably going to gamble another Fortress, but they ended up scoring up on Hotel, which I think London has had some decent success or been able to like string together quite a few rounds and make those controls go the distance. But Florida ends up coming out on top of that one. So, I mean, veto-wise, I wasn't too surprised. This map though was mixy, and honestly, I think Florida trolled this one really bad towards the end.
Yeah, we're going to get to it. I know Asim made a really big play towards the end of this first map, so definitely going to tune into that. But Pat, what did you think about the first map? This one was a nail biter. Anything about the vetoes or anything at all, Pat?
Nothing about the vetoes, but Florida might have to look into getting Nysl on the the management, the board of directors, something, because they are now the Nyslowers most in the league at 4. They're just the 2-3-5 kings.
Yeah, they're the 2-3-5 king. They got to work on their hard point, man. Because if they could start taking some hard points, I can see them making some noise. It's just I don't know what it is with their S&D. It might be a pacing thing. They swapped in Dave Patty, and a lot of people were confused about that. Like Dave Patty coming in for Brack, people were like, it was Brack's. He was playing well. His stats are really well. What do you guys think it was? You guys think it was just maybe like he wasn't fitting into the system? Maybe they just wanted something else. One thing I will add about Dave Patty, he's very vocal in game. Maybe they wanted somebody who's a little bit more vocal, but what do you guys think?
I think Cole Havoc talked about it after the match. He said that it was a pacing thing, and I think that's probably the polite way of saying I think maybe this just wasn't a good chemistry fit. Maybe the communication wasn't good. Maybe Brack was kind of, making some mistakes in terms of spawn recognition that kind of threw off sort of the they want to play. And to your point, bring on someone like Dave, who's definitely more of a a player who's probably going to cover on that base. That's the only thing I can think of.
Dave is not playing much faster than Brack.
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, this team, just like Seattle, they are not going to get better at hard point. They won't string together quite a few hard points unless they make significant changes. They need some shooters on their team. They got some like decently skilled players, but like, bro, I don't look at like their AR players and be like, wow, that guy's a really fucking good AR. Like that guy's a slayer. Like they don't have the slaying power that other teams have, and they're not going to have that until they make some significant roster changes. I think they need to make I don't fault them for bringing on Dave, whether it was for Major Maniac or Brack, just because he's their sub. It was an easy swap, but they need another shooter in the sub category. They need another shooter in the AR category, because right now they lack the slaying that other teams have.
Yeah, you can see right off coming into the end of this second P2 hill, London was able to take some routes. They were getting kind of funneled on the P1. They were getting funneled into those like back P3 spawns, but they end up chalking a lot of that P1. They take a risk and they go all the way around. They bring it back a little bit, and then we get into this P3 hill, and this is where Florida, they were trying to lock it down. It was a big 3-piece from Havoc. He goes absolutely crazy in this one. You can see London, they were looking to lock down a lot of time here, and then it was just Havoc who just pieces up the whole team. They didn't get it on camera, which sucks, because I would have loved to show him a little highlight there. But he went super big on this rotation. This is kind of where Florida start to throw it away. Havoc gets a big 3-piece. And then I love the plays from Mike. Mike, does he ends up just doing an early route. You can see 35 seconds on the clock. And you can see Mike, when he comes off spawn here, it's going to be number 7. He ends up just rotating super early. He obviously spawns at the next hill. He spawned there, which is a little interesting. But then he ends up just playing super slow here, playing a little corner. I really like the play from Mike, because he ends up making a play off this. He waits for his teammates to get a little bit closer. And then Mike, with the individual play, he's able to get him off the time. He's able to stay alive as well. That's going to get his team in there. And Florida right here, I'm thinking that it's all over going into these last few hills. Mike makes the play. Havoc with a 3-piece. They get the scrap. They chain the hills. And just like that, London, they build their lead. But Florida build their lead. Yeah. But London, they do a good job getting that scrap. And this is where things get really fucking hectic here. We go into the P5 hill. London was actually able to break this, which it starts right here. I don't know how Florida...
Back up. I think
here.
Basically Florida like almost kind of give the initial held time to London because they back up to try and get numbers. But then they get like flipped out. Ace even goes big at one point during the stretch as well.
I would have liked to see maybe number 6 there, Havoc, play a little bit tighter. He kind of runs out off spawn. He goes down. One of his teammates are spawning out. And you see Mike, he gets traded out in London. Once they get those kills rushing through front, I thought right there, Florida need to let the play come to them. Work together, work some crossfires. Like, you have the setup. You could have put this game away with a solid rotation, but London, they get some kills. They get into this point, they start winning all their ones, and this is where things start to get really scary here. Florida, they're able to get some scrap, and they're able to flip these P2 spawns, but it's Asim who goes absolutely massive towards the end of this one. On your screen now, you can see him, number 3. He's the last one up. Florida only need 2 points to win. All they have to do is trade out Asim. Even this number 5, look at Vico. He probably could have turned around and played that old. He probably could have played that time.
Yeah. Also, go back a little bit further. There was even more trolls. Go back a little bit further before Asim gets the 3-piece.
Yeah, I rewinded
right here.
A little
Look,
bit.
if you pause here, just pause real quick, just so we can break it down.
Yep.
There was a point where basically, they don't win. There's a point where right now they don't win off it. Ravens can't win off it after a couple seconds here. You're going to see Vickle get on the time. Ravens aren't going to be able to win it. Number 7, number 5 go big on these kills, and then if you go a little bit more forward, there's a point where number 6 I think it was number 6 backs up. Look at this. You'll see it right now.
Yeah.
Look, they're going to get there. They're going to kill number 2 here. Number 5 is through. He recognizes that they're spawning on him. He's going to get 1. Number 6 should immediately start running towards him right now. As soon and well, actually, wait, hold on.
You think he should have ran towards him? I don't know.
They should have done it a little bit earlier. It was a little bit earlier. So right here, pause. Right here, he should be running it towards it. Number 8 should fill the time, and they should play to guarantee P2 spawns, because this guy number 7, he's coming off the back of the time anyways. So like, there's not going to be a lack of like pressure on there because he's going to hit it. So number 6 should have backed up before number 8
they only need 5 seconds to win. Like, I don't know. I feel like they just kind of got pooped on right here, to be honest. Asim just makes a good heads up play, because
they bet on this hill way too much.
Right there, I think Vickle should have hit this right here. You can see he was thinking about it too. He was thinking about it. It was Asim who finds
Look how late
Dave.
this reaction is, though.
Then
Look,
he jumps off.
dies.
Vickel's running towards the hill. All they need to do, he should just pinch this out here. He knows they're spawning behind him. If he just pinches this guy in hill and they kill this guy, they're golden. They're good. And Asim somehow stays alive. He goes crazy. He finds one here, and then he was able to delay just because he got 3 kills, make that 4. He was able to stall enough time to where his teammates can come help him, and then we go into a last P2, which is where they were able to close it out. So just really good plays coming out of Asim. But what do you guys think, man? Ben, Pat, Chris, were you going to say something?
I was going to say, did you see how slow Colt was, or Havoc was, to react to like Major Maniac's death? That got him 2-pieced.
When he was on a hill, you're saying?
He was on the hill, Major Maniac died, and he had like a good like 4 seconds, like 4 or 5 seconds to like react to where Major died from, and he didn't like even move. Like he was look at this, and he just dies. Like he had so much more time, didn't react, literally looked at the wrong direction and died.
Yeah, no, he I don't know what was going on.
Like, look at his teammates.
It's almost like they didn't call him. Maybe it was a communication thing. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. Dave gave him weird callouts. It looked like Dave was the one that died. And so I don't know
whoever it was. Dave, sorry.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like Asim had to also go big and new. Like we're talking about this, like, you know, Vickel should have backed up, but also Asim also got like 4 insane kills in order to make this happen.
Yeah.
To be honest, Chris, I think the bigger troll was all they had to do was kind of like lock in the rotation to P5 and they win the map and they just absolutely trolled that. Like I think the P1 and P2 stuff is bad, but the P5, like you got to close it out when you're up like 100 at that point, you know? No, back.
Yeah, you can see how much it meant to the London guys. They got hyped after that when they were down for a lot for most of that game in Florida. Probably should have closed that one out. I heard Havoc talking about in the interview. They felt like they should have had this one. So just good individual plays, good composure out of London. They were able to close this one out, get the dub. Take a look at the final scoreboard. Nasty, 27 and 22. Great map out of him. He's the only one positive for the squad. So he turned up in that one. And then on the other side, Dave, Patty, and Vickel, they started off rough, but Havoc and Major, they were trying to do everything they can. They were actually working really well off each other. But Pat, what did you think about the first map? Pretty close map, very back and forth map.
It was. This is actually, I think Ravens now, that would have been their 3rd win in a row, but they're now on a 4 after game 4, a 4 hardpoint win streak. But Tom, I got no confidence in them because they can't win search. Yeah, they just can't. They're on a 5 win streak. So like, yeah, they pulled this one out, they clutched up, but then we go into map 2 and I'm like, oh well, we might as well go on to map 3, 1-1.
I think Pat, and two things I think with London when I watch search. One is I don't think Matty should be running bomb. We can talk about that in a sec. Yeah. The second thing is I think Paul is like super unconfident in S&D. Some of the spots that he was playing with an AR, like he was playing like weird ratty corners at some of the sub play, and he was playing it with an AR and just had no confidence to like hold an angle. And I think that really kind of ended up screwing London towards the end of this.
Yeah, we can take a look at a few rounds. This map is so offensive heavy now. So it seems like teams are really struggling to win on defense. And I feel like when you're on offense now that teams are starting to show B, it's becoming a little bit harder for people to like lock down these sites because people are starting to use their numbers over towards that P1 B side and like actually playing the B bomb now. So it's kind of throwing teams off. I feel we got a little bit of mind games going on here, but there's a few highlights of the map that I want to show you guys. One of them being the 2-2 round. This is where Dave Patty goes absolutely massive. He actually finds an ace in this one. You see a little rush plant goes down from Florida. I like that. I like that they get the bomb down. That's something London wasn't doing. It's just getting the bomb down and like playing around the bomb. It was annoying to watch. But you can see how Dave Patty was able to finesse in this one. He finds 1, finds 2, jumps the corner, finds 3, and then he gets out of here as well. Not really much Scraps can do. He's able to find 1, and then it's Dave Patty who just kind of plays his life, uses the time to his advantage, and he's able to shoot him off this bomb. So really good plays from Dave. He was going big in this S&D. That was a big round out of him. Then London, they bring it back. Again, all offensive wins. We get tied up at 3. It's the Ninja Defuse coming in from Florida Mutineers. This is where the first defense was won. And take a look at how this one happened, bro. It's a 2v2 situation. It's Havoc. It's Dave Patty. You can see Havoc. He's going to make a play on this bomb. Which, again, Ben, this is one of those rounds where, like, London just waited too long to plant. It took him forever. Matty, he waits too long. By the time he gets it down, Havoc's already there. He's ready to pounce. And it kind of just let Florida have some time to kind of rotate around the map and get him off the bomb. Last one up is Dave Patty. It's Nasty who finds 1. He gets tagged up. Dave Patty says, screw it. I'm going to hop the bomb. He goes for the Ninja Defuse. Great play out of Dave. What do you guys think about this? It's a couple rounds now that Dave has won for these guys in search. Big
Dave was just icy right there,
big
bro.
balls, man. Big balls, Dave coming out.
I mean, he was icy, but again, like I don't, and I'm curious what you guys think. Like, I think having Scraps run the bomb on this team is not the right play. Like, first off, he's playing bomb in this game mode with DS with Dead Silence and not with a trophy. So
that shit doesn't matter. Anyone can throw the trophy for him. But I mean, I won't say
he also has an instant. Like, he doesn't read the. It didn't seem like, especially in this and in the other map when we get to Embassy, like he wasn't getting the bomb down in obvious situations, and he just sort of was holding for 10 or 50 seconds.
I mean, that could also be a team call, like, right? Like, if they want him to plant, they'll tell him. But also, just in general, people underrate this so much. You need to get the bomb down as fast as possible, given the opportunity. I mean, obviously, it goes without saying, but a lot of people don't do it. And I'll tell you why. The longer you wait to get down these bombs, the more time there is on the clock, which means teams can wait you out. They can get dead silence. They can get their trophies. They can get all the things they need to retake a situation prior, after a round ends. So the longer you're giving these teams to generate dead silence, the easier it is going to be for them to retake you, because you're not going to be able to use sound to your advantage. So plant the fucking bomb, dwindle the clock way quicker, make it so people can't execute plays on you. You don't have to watch your flank later in the round, because you can just fucking hear it, because they don't have dead silence, because the round is quicker. Like, people underrate that so much, and that's why fast planning is so damn important when you're given the opportunity. London, a lot of the time, they had full bomb control at A, nobody there, said, fuck it, we're not going to plant. Excuse me? The one round that you won, you quick planted. ASIM literally pushed up onto the bomb site, gets a 2-piece open. Why aren't you replicating that?
Agreed.
It makes no sense.
And then even going into this last round, I mean, take a look at this setup from London. They get the bomb down, right? They finally just get it down and rush it. But I want to see them play a little bit tighter here. Like, work some teamwork, work some crossfires. Like, you have the bomb down. You just need to let the play come to you now. And look at Paul. He's kind of pushed out by himself. They're kind of staggered here. And Paul's going to end up falling. He's in a corner. He goes down. And that's just going to open things up for Florida. Now, London, they all have to turn. Florida are pushing from every different lane, and things kind of get scattered here. So I don't know, man. They get the bomb down. I just don't like the setup. Pat, what do you think about this setup here? You think the two staggered here? Think they maybe should have been a little bit tighter here? I feel like Paul might be too separated here. What would you have done?
Well, Chris, Tom, I'm a big listen. When it comes to search, you know me back in the day. I'm a big just get together. Always in any situation. Always.
Agreed.
Like ride. I want my teammate riding me. I want. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Hey,
yo, what do you mean? I want him right beside me.
Pat, I get what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying. I hear you. I hear you, Pat. I agree with you. I just thought they finally got the bomb down. They could push around 11 here. I didn't like how separated they were.
Wait, I don't mind Paul being in that spot, but he needs to hard play a one. Instead, he's like trying to do too much when it's his teammates' responsibility to back up and pick up the things he doesn't have.
I never heard that.
What?
That's freaking out. I don't think they ever heard that. It must not be 2-time world champions.
They're not educated up, Pat.
Nah, because that's what you did. That's what you said.
You can see.
Tom, like in the comms, Tom, I've been in multiple show matches with you.
You have.
Like back in the day,
Facts.
we did 100T, we were frying. It was like, yo, let's, when we're about to make a play, we want to hit something together. That's what you say. Like, yo, get on me. Like, dog, ride. You know what I mean?
And Pat, we were moving in the 100 Thieves compound veteran tournament. I mean, that was an easy dub.
Honestly,
that was an easy dub for us.
I'm sorry to derail, but I need to get you the show match belt from that event.
Yeah, that would be great if I got the belt.
Can get you one of them?
I mean, I did win the belt. I mean, they gave the belt to me, but I was, I gave it to you, Pat. Being the captain, I tossed it over to you.
Yeah, it's because I'm gonna get replicas made for the boys.
Yeah, get the replicas made.
Get back into the game.
Yeah.
Got Florida doing pull-ups on them because they're just smoking them.
You can see London maybe in the S&D wasn't very organized. Take a look at the final scoreboard. 8-5 from Nasty. Only one positive. He had another good map here, but it was Dave. 8-4 major. 9-7. Florida Mutineers were able to secure a couple rounds there. It started with the Dave Patty Ninja Defuse. Go ahead, Pat.
Do you think the reason that it was Brack that was replaced is because Major Maniac is so notoriously good at S&D?
Yeah, I mean, because people were saying that too. Why didn't they make the change?
Right? That's Florida's strong. Like, obviously, Brack had the better stats, but like in S&D specifically, that's Major Maniac's like bread and butter. And Florida obviously is an S&D team, right? That's kind of what they're more built for.
Yeah.
So do we think that played a big factor?
Maybe, probably. I mean, I personally would have kept Mike on a team just because of his clutch factor. Like, he is a really good search player, and I feel like he does bring a lot to a team. And they probably thought the same thing. I feel like it was more of a system thing. I feel like Dave just brings a lot to the vocals, man. He calms a lot. He's big on communication. Even in the listenings, we'll get there. As we get to some of these other maps, you can really hear Dave really stepping up in the comms. And even Havoc said it in the interview after the series. I think he said that Dave has just come in and just really taught him a lot. Like, just has been like really hands-on with the team and has just been helping him a lot.
By the way, crazy stat for you boys. You guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
Yep.
Who do you think is the best S&D team in Modern Warfare 2?
Is it Vegas?
Vegas.
I got an upset for you boys. It's actually the Florida Mutineers.
No way.
Based on what?
They're now 13-5. They have the best win percentage in S&D.
Damn.
Oh, by 2%. I see.
Hey, 2% is 2% though. They're the best currently. Technically, they're the best S&D team in the game.
And then
And that's because they obviously pull off the Nysl so often.
yeah, no, they pull off the Nysl. They do it all the time. They got to start winning some respawns if they want to beat some of the top teams. But let's get into control a little bit. We got a hotel control, and Ben, you were talking about it a little bit. You felt like it was like a slow motion car crash waiting to happen every round. You felt like nobody was making plays on a map. Why don't you explain that a little bit? Why were you so aggravated?
My issue watching,
And I agreed with you, by the way.
First off, I don't think both teams are like amazing at this game mode. And I think especially London, we get to the 2-1 round. I really dislike on defense on this map when teams do nothing on defense, especially once A gets capped. Like, you got to get in bedroom, you got to play corners, you got to push out their spawn, you got to make it hard. Like, if you're making it too easy, you make it too easy in the offense to get on the point, cross middle, like you're gonna lose the map more often than not in those situations.
This didn't make any sense. London, they were like, first they chalk the 8-point. You can see him here. I feel like here they just should get pushed up bedroom. Just if you're gonna chalk it, just chalk it. Like, actually chalk it. Get pushed up bedroom. Be a nuisance on a map. Be annoying. They end up going to hit this 8-point out the last second, and I'm like, what are they doing? Like, what's their plan here? Are they hitting the point or are they chalking? Because at first they chalked it, and in the last second they go to hit it, and it's just like Florida. They're waiting for him. It's Major Maniac who finds one. They end up capturing the 8-point. You can already see Havoc. He's already in the spawn. I just would have liked to see London like get pushed up a little bit and maybe not even push for that. And if they were going to push for it, they should have been quicker. Sometimes I feel like they're moving in slow motion. They probably could have stopped it. But instead, they chalk it. Havoc makes the play. You can see London. They start camping bedroom. They try and stay alive. And Ben, you felt sometimes when people are sitting on these double desks here, you got to reinforce bedroom sometimes, especially when your teammates are getting trades. Like, you have to progress up the map. You have to get that map control. Sometimes teams are so staggered and they don't move. They're so stagnant, I guess is the word. And they don't make plays. Very frustrating to watch. No, Ben.
I agree, Tom.
And then we could go into it a little. I agree.
I talked about it before that. Yeah.
Oh fuck! You just skipped it. I was gonna say that's where Florida could have made a play, but I mean they took too long as
Right
well.
here?
They ended up winning the round. It was before when Havoc was like in the back towards Spa, and you saw like the people that were like escalator. You were talking about it.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. When he was staying alive back there. When he
Yeah,
was
there's
staying alive in their
basically
spawn.
the only thing I want to say is a lot of teams just forget, like, get on the point, force those guys out of bed instead of just like hide behind the block. If you hide behind that block, you can't get shot from anywhere on that side of the map, and you already have full control of D1 and D2. Like, just force them out. Like, stop going and hunting for them. You can just make them peek. People don't do that. Instead, they keep going hunting for these players in corners, sound whoring, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you get control of their spawn like that, just get on the point and force them out. Teams don't do so. Some teams forget to do that, and it blows my mind, bro.
And then we go into the 2-1 round, and Florida were able to clutch up this round somehow. You can see
this is bad.
This was a bad round for London. This is where London need to close it out. You can see Asim, he picks up a few kills here. He's trying to stop A, and with 2 seconds left to go, Florida Mutineers were able to work some trades and somehow get onto that point. And they end up winning some fights here. It was Nasty who tried to pinch him behind him. Some really good shots onto Mike. I know Mike was snaking the fuck out of that head glitch. It's definitely a snake hill, snake warfest. I think Miles called it the snake pit, this hill. He called it the snake pit. But they in the phone, and this is kind of where London throw it away. This is their initial setup. They got a guy lobby, a guy on point, 2 guys pushed up bedroom. I don't know what they did here. I just felt like they did nothing here.
No. Wait, we gotta advance here. Wait until they actually get the final touch on this point.
Wait, this is actually not like a bad play what they're supposed to do. The problem is the people that were in bedroom didn't win any ones, or they weren't in tradable positions, so they got no kills. And as soon as you get a 2-piece like that, I even said it when I was doing my watch party, I'm like, this is what's gonna happen. Florida's gonna get 1 or 2 picks and all instantly dive at the point, and that's gonna force all the London players to peak that are remaining, and they're just not gonna be able to kill all 4 players. And it literally happened exactly how I
Like
said.
right here, why not just push up bedroom here instead of just playing double desk? You see how Tank kind of he backs off a little bit, and then he plays a corner double desk. You see Nasty, he plays a corner lobby. I don't mind Nasty in lobby too much. But if Tank would have just pushed up bedroom and then maybe Nasty just fills in his spot double desk, if they wanted somebody doubles, they could have done that.
The minute one of these guys, listen, the denial of letting them cross the B is super critical here. And they get across, and then this one guy dies, and Manny doesn't peek. Like he's got a little bit quicker, try and deny these guys crossing the site.
Yeah.
If you can stop 1 or 2 guys from getting across, it makes his retake way easier. The minute they get on that side, and you've got to like kind of angle the middle if you're going to retake it, it's shocked. And especially because we're already 2 ticks on it, you got to be more aggressive.
The lane that is always open, I always see it open that people exploit, and they just did it now, is always this info desk. Like literally from if you go couches to B, no one's ever watching it. People are always watching bed, right? Or they're watching the pinch. So like Mutineers do a really good job of hitting up that middle lane right by info desk, and they actually flank the player bottom bedroom, and he's unsuspecting because he's not going to expect the guy, to come from his like info desk. Yeah. And then they pick up another kill. I think like top bedroom, he just gets isolated. Like look at number 5, he just gets to the info desk for free. Number 8 goes bottom bed, flanks it. Look at, he kills number 1 in the corner.
Yeah.
Like
they took advantage of the open lane. Yeah, they took advantage of the open. They took advantage of the open lane, but I don't know. I feel like the guys from London there need to be a bit more active. Like they shouldn't be able to just walk through the middle of the map and just walk through couches. Like that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Even there's a lot of head glitches on those double desks. Like instead of playing a corner there, I would like to see some chows there. You have the advantage. They're running towards you. All you need is to get 1 or 2, and then the guy's bedroom can probably clean it up.
Couch is actually a really good power spot because not only are you like, obviously you have eyes on mid, right, Tom? That's one of the things we always say is open. But also, if you hear the push going towards B and they're already towards bed, and you're like, let's say a dead silence player, you can instantly flank those players' bed through the hot tub side of the map, where you can turn around and help your teammates through info. But obviously they, London didn't supplement that part of the map. So they just got, they just took advantage of the open lane.
Real quick, ahead, I want to call this out. I'm not going to ask Tom, Ben, I'm going to ask you guys. How is Haggy not a coach in the league right now?
He should be a coach, man. He should be a coach.
Oh, listen, bro.
We talk about this chat. How is this man not in the league winning championships for one of these 12 franchises?
Bro, I don't care. I don't care if I'm a coach or not. I'm just playing, having fun, doing the flanking stuff. If I get a coaching spot, great. I'm not pressed about it. But also, a lot of people say that like a lot of the stuff that I say is hindsight. But like, bro, these are the same people that don't watch like my stream when I do when I do the actual watch parties. I'll literally tell you what's gonna happen before it happens, like all the time.
I mean, bro, people say hindsight, but when you watch the good teams compared to the teams that are losing, it's a night and day difference. It is what it is. It's you can see it in the mini map, you can see it in the gameplay. It's the decision making. The top teams are so quick at making decisions, and they're not scared to make plays. Where sometimes it felt like that's the opposite here for London. And they do a good job in the offense. They start things off in the overtime. They're able to get the 8 point. But this is kind of where the slow motion car wreck comes in, Ben. You just felt like there were no plays being made on the map. Nasty was got around. He got to the back of their spawn. And Nasty sat here for like 30, 40 seconds. I mean, he was trying to make a play. I would have liked to see him maybe be a little bit quicker on the flank, man. Like instead of
he also
live.
gets turned on here. He literally tags this guy up. Number 3's coming to help him. Look, you'll see number 2. He'll tag him up, and then he gets turned on.
It's Dave Patty. It's Dave Patty.
Weaken him, stay down. Your teammate's right. Look, his teammate would have traded, right? They would have killed that guy. One of them would have gone to the point, hopped it, stood behind the Bucks, like I would have said.
Yeah.
He watches over him. They force the players out of bed. They had an opportunity. Instead, he got turned on, and then they did nothing.
And then even right here, I mean, and then they struggle to get kills. But I agree with you, Chris. I agree. Use your teamwork. Stay alive. Like his life is so valuable here.
100%.
As soon as he jumps up and tags him and makes him one shot, your teammate's coming through lobby. I'm sure Asim was calming, like I'm here, like I can help you. I'm sure they were calming to each other. If they weren't, that's a problem. But Asim gets the trade, but before he gets it, Dave Patty gets the kill. So that's a big kill. Because instead of two people pinching and being a nuisance on a point, Nasty ends up going down. And then I don't even know what happened here, because Nasty finds one, and then I think some of these players in bedroom go big. You can already see Dave. He's able to find one. Vickle finds another one. Dave with 2, and just like that, time runs out. And I feel like with London, too, the way that they play, they could have hit this B point like 4 times. They could have had like 3 or 4 pushes. Like, look how many lives they have compared to the time limit. Like, time limit's going out. They still have 10 lives. Like, I just feel like sometimes you have so many opportunities to make more pushes, and they just kind of wait around. They wait around for that perfect opportunity instead of just making like a quick decision and using the time to your advantage. If you got a minute and a half left on the clock, you can get 2 or 3 good pushes in. Can you not?
Yeah, 100%. But also, like, now we're actually talking about hindsight here. If let's say Nasty would have tagged that guy up and aced him, like killed him, they would have had 2 players on their side of the map. Scraps or somebody else got a kill, you said, right? Towards the bedroom side.
Yep.
If those 2 would have went down and they would have had players on the point, the other 2 bedroom would have had no choice but to peek. And then you saw the other players that died. Where did they spawn? They spawned towards A, literally on the restaurant. They couldn't even wrap back to spawn. Instead, they just cut the cross and cut off the rest of the players. So, like, they had plenty of opportunities. They didn't take advantage of it at all.
Dave Patty had a good map. Vehicle. It's vehicle apparently. I say vehicle. Pat, you thought I said vehicle. But
that's what it sounded like. Tom.
Apparently his name is Vehicle. So I want to make sure I get his name right. But Vehicle 22 and 20, 23 and 18 from Dave. Everybody negative from London except for Paul, who's positive 1. But Patty, final thoughts on the control before we head into the hotel hardpoint, which ended up being the map number 4.
Not too many thoughts, but Tom, here's the problem. We're going into the hotel hardpoint. Florida is, you ready for this?
I'm ready for it.
On a 10 hardpoint losing streak.
Damn.
That's tied for 3rd worst all time.
Damn.
They have never had back-to-back hardpoint wins this entire year. Not just like map 1 and 4. Like, they've never won a map 4 on one series and went and won map 1 on another series. They cannot win 2 hardpoints in a row, Tom.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on with them in that game mode.
Horrible at hardpoint.
No, we broke. I don't. You say we don't know what's going on.
I know what's going on, but like I don't know how they're not fixing it. Is what I mean. Like we know what's happening.
I don't think they can fix it. I don't think they've got. I just don't think they've got the.
They're not shooters.
Not
shooters.
Really that game mode.
They're not shooters, bro. Dave, whatever, brought him in, taught him a lot, didn't help him. He's getting pooped on statistically in the respawns. Like, you did yourself no service. Like, get some fucking shooters on the team. I could literally point you to a couple in challengers. You want a shooter?
If you're the GM, who you getting? What shooters you getting?
Well, they're obviously only going to have access to challenger talent.
Yeah,
I'm getting Dan Ghosty. That guy is actually gross as an AR. Either him or Diamond Con. That puts a shooter on your roster as an AR. And then in the submachine gun category, you got people out there like the people on my team. I think Luis is really good. Fire. Lau, he's good. You got Yuli really good. Kremp. Like, bro, there are plenty of shooters on the team.
Crimp's on Boston. It might be a little tough to get.
Real. People are saying Real as well.
Real's on the Rocker Academy team. Like, listen, bro, I get it. Dave was your sub. Easy transition. You can try it out. You don't lose anything. But, bruh, the talent's right in front of you. You know how many people are watching challengers right now? Like with you doing a watch party, Tom, and Scump doing the watch parties.
Yep.
Like, bro, these people are good. They're good players. They need respawn help. Get some respawn heavy players. You still got Major Maniac. You got your glue and search and destroy. They'll be fine. They need help.
London was able to chain the first 3 and 4 actually the first 4 hills. London was able to lock down. So they just go up 120 points right off the rip. Just a fantastic start. Can't get any worse than that. But Florida, they start to kick it up towards the end, but it was too late. But the London Royal Ravens, they're definitely hyped up to push a map number 5. Let's tune into the comms with London.
By lot. Nice, good job. One back, ready, nice one close. Up bedroom, got dead. Nice, I'm flying in. Good, he's swarming, we're blocking it. Last guy time, Mike. Nobody bought mid, I'm blocking it. Last guy time, Mike. No, he's in the close couches. Beat on now. Beat on looking at their side. They spawned out, Yes, I know. Two spawned out. Fine, keep snaking, brother. Keep snaking. Stack. I'm blocking middle, they're gonna spawn out, we get kills. We get kills, they're spawning out front, one's old. Where am I getting shot from? Bottom middle, Nice, Maddie, get that push out. Holy kitchen, I'm in the back. I have your deck. I heard you, I have deck.
You got below me.
I have below you. Kitchen, what week? I say last kitchen. I need a side door, you're good. Both are back door. No, one back door, I'm playing the back. Wait. Front. Nice, good job. I have your front. Turn around. One in the back dead. Nice, one more. Bottom bed. Dead. Nice. Deck, last kid. Side door now. They're spawning out. Side door. Yeah, they're spawning out under you. We'll hold that off angle. I spawned out.
And that's going to do it. Tank getting pretty hyped up in the listening. You can see Tank's coming in with the passion. I know, he got the spot on the London Royal Ravens. And it's cool to see him getting hyped up after getting some big W's or getting some big wins on that rotation. But you see the scoreboard there. We could go into the listening with Florida. We'll see how they sound.
Yeah, I'm trying to look over you. I have your bed pinch. I have all your bed pinch. I got my single. Yeah, I'm trying to look over couches. From the right. There's all doubles, bro. Yeah, I'm trying to get couch. I have all satellite. He's shooting me from single Pollux. Pinch Lilies. Pinch Lilies from beds. Top cat. He's Lilies right heading. Don't be desking time. Top cat nasty. I'm gonna pinch. I'll tell you where I'll spawn. I'm a flank single. One shot in kitchen. Async. Single holding kitchen. One shot single. He's single. I don't know where the guy is time. It might be him, to be honest. One's kitchen. Single and D2. Long desk dead. On new. Nasty's on D. Single challenge. Single new. Single. That's fine. Nice. I'm looking down. This one kitchen. Alright, yeah, I can wrap. We actually win. Yeah, I'm wrapping right. Looking over you, double single. Right with me, guys. I'm gonna pop Betty. I can bait for AR. Yeah, I'm going top. I'm just gonna hold shoulder for me if you can. I don't see shit right now. One's like Lily's, right? Go for behind you. D2. Got it dead. We have free lobby desk. Nice. Nothing lobby desk. Ready. Okay, satellite. Let's go diner. Lobby desk and satellite door. Lobby desk. I've broken. Yes. He's challenging. He's close right, Mike. Nice one single. Watch your P4. I'm on I'm gonna have it in a second. I got it. I've Sadie. Broken cross. Single desk. I've Sadie. One Sadie, I think. I have the Sadie cross. I'm good. I'm the broken cross. Sadie door. Sadie door came in. I'm finessing the pillar. Yeah, push it right. Bumping. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go lobby desk. I wanna watch. They're gonna probably hit out. What's the one right now? He's holding R5. They're all rotating, guys. I think they're all rotating. We win this shit. I'm leaving. He's holding R5. One break, we win this shit. I say we still go left. Yo, come wide. I can jump. Yeah? Well, he was on the left. He was on the left. Are you ready? Yeah.
And that's going to do it for the listening for the Florida Mutineers. Good comms. They started to bring it back. I just felt like they started so slow. I mean, they went down 120 points off the rip. It was just too late. And you can see London. I think it was Florida who get into this hill and, it was London who were able to get into this hill and rotate and just hold some snakes, bro. You saw Tank. He plays this corner. This was the second time he played this corner. And I don't know if it's like a dark corner or what, but they just weren't seeing him in that corner. He was just picking up kill after kill. The snakes are in. See, Asim punch some shots down into Dave. The trades come through. And Tank just goes absolutely massive here at the end. He's got 2.5 minutes in the hill. Able to find his final kill. And just like that, Florida, they made it respectable. They made it somewhat respectable. You heard them in the comms. They were definitely trying to bring it back. It was a blowout. It started off as a blowout. They made it respectable, but London was a pretty comfortable dub. And again, look at the slang category for Florida, right? Just take a look at the scoreboard. Just unable to go positive. And it just seems like if you can't go positive in hardpoint, if you can't get kills, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you a lot. Pat, what do you think, man? What did you think about the map 4?
Just no shooters, bro. Just simply no shooters.
Under 2K damage and hardpoint?
Oh, 3 of them.
Long routes.
3 of them.
Damn, throw a nade. But honestly, just talking about the map a little bit, like you said, they have no slaying power. But dude, the funny thing was when they did the listening with London, Asim was literally like whispering, like it was so devious. He was like, keep snaking.
Yeah, people do be whispering. He knew what he was doing. Yeah, I feel like now people are in this like snake or be snaked world, you know, and there's been a lot of pros who have been very vocal about snaking and how bad it's gotten. And I agree, it is really bad. I just feel like if we want to see any change, that we need to see it from the developer side.
This is a good map to talk about GAs and stuff if we want to talk.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Just to talk about the first round. This was a 2v4. I don't know what Florida was doing this round.
I don't know how London won this.
Mike went crazy this map, but this was a bad play for Mike. I'm not really too sure what his thought process was with 12 seconds left. He ends up trying to get aggro with the pistol, and then he just falls, and that leaves Dave by himself. But it was a good 2v4 from Paul.
I think he was seeing red after he missed a couple of snipes and wanted to get at least one to go.
Yeah, maybe he missed a few shots, seeing red. He's trying to get a kill there, and he ends up going down. 2v1 situation in favor of London, so they turn the 2v4 into a round dub. Good composure out of London. They start off pretty hot, and then we go into the second round, and it's London with the blind counter. He sent 2 guys over towards that A side. See, Nasty, he's got that snipe out. He's going to find one. Scraps finds the other, and just like that, it's a 4v2 within the first 15, 20 seconds. So really good call from London to stack over towards this A site and just kind of blind counter. I don't know, maybe some VOD review. Maybe they knew that Florida likes to play over towards A. But London, they were all over it. They go up 2-0. Things are looking good, but something that London couldn't do on this map was capitalize on their first bloods, man. They were really struggling. I don't know exactly, Ben. You might know the stats, the exact number of how many first bloods they got, but they were definitely throwing rounds away. You can see this one being one of them. 4v3 situation. Ben, I know you had some problems with this setup from London. What didn't you like about it? Too many people pushed up? You want more people by office?
So
what do you think?
So here's my thing with this. Again, this goes back to Scraps running the bomb.
Is this a 4v3 bomb down? This should never be.
Yeah.
This should be winnable every time, almost every time.
When Maddie running the bomb and not having one of their subs plant this, like I feel like normally what we see teams do, they get the bomb down B. They usually have a guy outer, a guy top office, and theoretically that's an unlosable round because you can just finesse around your spawn for 30 seconds, and the bomb blows up, and everybody is happy. But instead, because Maddie's got the bomb, they don't feel comfortable, or he doesn't feel comfortable being the first person to slide across there, so they send a sub. They have to send 2 people, and then you get in this weird situation where you're playing this weird setup in courtyard, and the guy AC is going to get like the freest pick of all time. I don't mind them pushing out a guy back alley. We're going to see a round later on in this where Havoc does that with Florida, and he actually ends up clutching around. But they end up only having one guy in their spawn. And the common, tactic when teams are going to plant B is you're going to go on that pinch and take those guys out of office, and the guy on their side, which I think is nasty, is basically just outnumbered. So this all kind of stems from Scraps running the bomb, which I think they're going to need to switch up.
I mean, it was also really good plays from Dave as well. Look, he comes through mid-map. He finds one, gets the other guy weak, finds Tank, and then he somehow wins the third. I mean, he just completely dismantled the London Royal Ravens setup.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ben, that's not even the issue. The guy, Asim gets killed. The guy on bomb is weak. He's snaking. What's the guy in orange doing? Yoo-hoo, your teammate. Hello, look at this. No, look at the guy in orange. I need help.
Yeah, well,
I'm on bomb. I'm weak.
He should have came in help quicker. They should have called for help, and he should have made a play there. And then Dave just goes massive. He just goes absolutely insane. And then we get into a few other rounds. This was a round where Florida, they were able to rush plant. They end up tying it up. And then we go into the 2-2 round. They I don't know what they do here. They cross, but they don't cross with bomb. They leave the bomb over towards like P3 area or P4 area, excuse me. And I just feel like if you're gonna cross, man, like whoever's crossing needs to have bomb there, like just in case if you want to get the bomb down. Like I wasn't really too sure what London's thought process was right there, but maybe they were just trying to get across and get kills. I'm not really too sure. And then we go into the next round. You can already see Florida. They start to catch some momentum. They're catching some fire. And it was Havoc who was able to clutch this one up. Dave Patty finds one. He starts helping out Mike in the back. He finds another one. But somehow this ends up being a 1v2. But they have no idea where Havoc is. He's the last one up. He ends up making a little bit of a solo play. And I like the play from him. It got a little scary here. Asim was able to find 2. I don't know why Mike didn't turn right there. Probably no red dots, right? You see a lot of people looking completely lost now without red dots. But you can see Havoc. He's able to shoot him off the bomb. He plays the time, and right here, things got a little scary here. He starts shooting at a dead body, but he ends up finishing the kill. Nice and easy. Good clutches coming in from Cole Havoc. And then this is the round, Ben, that you wanted to talk about. Chris, maybe you can go a little bit in depth on this. Is this spot G8'd? Yes or no? Is it a G8 spot?
People are saying the stair is a GA, but I don't think he was intentionally stair glitching, so he's just hiding. You can't see shit. People are saying you can see he's not like looking through a wall. He's just hiding.
Okay.
And then he gets a kill, and then I think it's the second kill where like he prones and head glitches the guy that's like on the top window, and like he can't be seen basically. But like he's not intentionally doing it. He just happened to be there, right?
That looked unfortunate, but I do think that spot is cheese. I even remember back when I played like one of the opening kickoff tournaments, bro, and I died to somebody sitting in that spot just snaking it. I think that spot is just cheese, period.
Well, apparently they could see you. Like right here, Mike could see him, but I don't think Nasty can see him.
Oh, here, no. Yeah, like 100% he can't see him. But the thing is, like, that's like the nature of the spot he's playing. Like, it's not like he wasn't intentionally playing for that guy in the window. He just happened to be there, killed the first guy prone. It's like if the guy top AC looked in his direction, he would have seen him.
I just think we should get rid of this spot.
I mean, I feel like it's a pretty easy. If you want to, if you can't see the guy there and he can see you, then to me it's like a glitch spot. Like that, we got to get that out of there. And it's in the back right corner.
That's just anything with stairs. That's just anything with stairs. It's not like, but he wasn't intentionally stair glitching. Like he just hid in a spot, peeked his head, and like he happened to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Mike broke GAs or anything because he was just hiding and then found 3. I just didn't know the rules of the GA because I saw Scrappy's tweet.
Maybe we should get the GA commish slasher Austin Litico.
Yeah, I just don't understand what was talked about because Scrap went to Twitter and started talking about how it's GA'd. Or I don't know if I don't know what the exact GA is. Is the spot GA'd? Is laying down in the spot GA'd? Is looking.
I think laying down in like with stairs is GA'd.
Okay,
that's it. But like,
that's interesting.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know.
So technically, like he did, like I don't understand. You know, I don't get it. Because Mike laid down and popped 3, so he said screw it. Good play to Mike though. Fantastic shots coming in from him. I'm not really too sure what the rule set is with the GA there. Not really too confident on that. Maybe we can get like a valid source or a pro to kind of confirm kind of what the actual GA is. But apparently they GA'd that 3 days ago, but I'm not sure. So and you see Florida, they end up working an A-bomb plant and they end up winning 6 straight. London go up 2-0. And the Florida Mutineers, they completely adapt, and they shut down the London Royal Ravens. Gentlemen, what are your final thoughts on the series? This was a crazy series. This one went back and forth.
It was, but also, Tom, they started up 2-0 and lost every round. I actually want to call this out, though, because this is crazy to me. This is absolutely crazy. London has never got to a round 11. They can't even get their S&Ds to a round 11.
How many S&Ds have they played?
I don't have that for. Actually, I do have that for you. I do have 2, Ben. I got that for you.
10-2 from Havoc. What a map out of him.
London. They have played 16 S&D maps, Ben. They are 5-11. They are on a losing streak, and they have never got it to a round 11. That's crazy to me. That just like never even got to a round 11. Even you're losing.
The crux of the London issue is like obviously we know Asim's good. I think Nasty's not too bad. Sadly, I gotta say I don't think Paul has played that good for them, and I wish that wasn't the case. I think Maddie had a great series last week, kind of up and down in this one. They need a little, I think going forward for London, like this major might be a little tough for them. I think they're starting losers now. It's going to be a really tricky run. But going into like major 3, I think the big thing they need to address is like trying to get more out of the AR position on their team because it's a real struggle spot.
I got something for you, Ben.
Yeah.
I got some. I'm for everybody. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on so we know.
Yeah.
I'm tired of them recycling the same players that on the bench, whatever. Bang!
Another. You gotta blow it up meme now. What the hell, Pat?
Dude, we got animations. What the?
This guy's gonna blow it up and blow it up meme.
Where's this guy edits?
It's gotta be. It's CDL, pal. It's gotta be. But anyways, I was gonna say, bro, as much as I like, you know, Paul as a person and as a player, and as much as I like Scraps, this is the Harry and Gizmo waiting room because we know these guys love their Europeans, and Harry and Gizmo are finding success in challengers. They need to make AR swaps because they're not getting rid of Asim. I think Nasty has played okay at times, and he's had some really good maps. They just need to completely blow it up, at least in the
I got a question. What about that Vortex guy? I actually saw this on my timeline. That guy's been winning everything.
Yeah, that guy's
he was on Reddit. They showed his statistics. He has like a lot of wins and challengers.
He's a really smart
in that
player.
Position where like he's not the superstar. So
yes,
even if he's the glue, he's not going to get picked up.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. Vortex is a vet. So like success doesn't matter. We know success in challengers doesn't matter. Look at the people that, you know, won two challenger championships. For example, Mohawk, it's always the stats. The stats, your personality, all that stuff matters more than just winning. And he kind of like he's a victim of that, unfortunately. But I mean, it's not the subs though. Like the subs are fine. I think they're serviceable. I think Asim's gross. I think Nasty's been pretty good. It's the AR. Their AR slaying power is just kind of like iffy at times against the better teams, and then their S&D is just not good. It's the Harry and Gizmo waiting room, bro. Get those guys a visa, get them over to the States, enjoy your EU lineup, and see what happens.
They need to get to just last thought on like you get those guys in. It's a chip on the shoulder mentality. No one likes us. No one thinks we're good, and use that as momentum to like ride your honeymoon and get really good as a team. Like, bro, right now they're just completely lost, and I don't quite understand and I keep saying this on the show, and they fix them. I keep saying like I don't understand what the plan is with the squad right now.
Yeah, and then we get into the next one. We got the New York Subliners going up against Vegas Legion, Hotel Hardpoint, El Asilo S&D, Hotel Control, Mercado Hardpoint, Hotel Search. We'll get into the map 1. This was the only map that ended up being close. This series was an absolute blowout. What did you guys think about this one? Anything on the vetoes or what? This was just New York just outclassing Vegas, in my opinion.
The problem, Tom, is that Vegas is so bad at like their map pool is so shallow, especially in Hardpoint, that like they don't have any good options against the New York team. Like I was seeing a lot of people say, why they're playing hotel? Well, they got rid of embassy because they clearly aren't confident in that map. Like their respawn pool is so shallow that when they get in matchups like this, it's going to be difficult for them to find a path forward. And today, unfortunately, they did not bring their best.
Listen, guys, I got the perfect picture to describe it.
Dude, is that Drake?
Yeah,
Drake.
you never seen that? You never seen that music video?
No, I think I know which one you're talking about. Wait, no, I'm thinking of Drake with Will Ferrell. There was like a clip of Drake and Will Ferrell. What is that? What the hell is that? What music video? I've never seen it, Pat. I've never seen it, Slay. But I don't know. But what the hell? What does that even mean?
You can keep going.
Find it for me. But I can't play it, unfortunately.
Honestly, Tom, this series in general, this matchup is like you're putting against a top 3 team in the league, arguably the best team in the league, against a team that online has never been anything special and is arguably regressing to a degree. So I mean, like, you can't come on. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, well, we get into the first hard point. Ended up being a hotel hard point. It's a pretty back and forth map. This was the map this was the only map of the series that ended up being close. But I want to ask you guys, because I see a lot of people talking about this guy. I see some Reddit posts and stuff. Is Hydra the best player in the game right now? Because I think he is. I think he's undoubtedly the best player in the game. I don't see who you can argue is better than Hydra right now. But what do you guys think? You guys agree with that or no?
I think at the moment, considering they won the last event, they've been playing good in this stage outside of that crazy series against Faze. I think he's number 1 right now.
Yeah, I think he's got to be number 1.
Yeah, he's been playing absolutely phenomenal. What do you think, Pat? Anybody who could compete with Hydra right now? Or you think that guy's the best?
I think it's close. Tom.
Who?
I still feel like MC is undeniable, but I do think Hydra's presence on the map as a sub gives him the edge. I honestly was expecting it to be Pred with how much gas this guy was getting from Optic, but
the team sucks this stage.
Yeah, that team just horrible.
Pat, MC is good, but the best player on Faze this season has been Abeezy.
Yeah, Tyler's probably their highest.
Yeah, Abeezy's been really good
impact
for them.
isn't crazy. I was gonna say if you said
we're not
Abeezy,
arguing impact. We're arguing undeniableness.
No.
Yeah, and that's been Abeezy lately. So
I mean,
we're talking about overall, yo. Chris, you're acting like Reddit, bro, with all this recency bias. I don't want to hear it.
No. We talk about Vegas, right? Because this series is basically a carbon copy of the same series that Vegas played against Faze. Map 1 was close. They got smoked on the S&D, and then the control was over. And in that series, Abeezy played pretty good in the first map. I think he didn't die in the second map and then went off. And today we'll get to that series. I think, look, MC's disgusting. Obviously, he was MVP last season. You could argue that MC probably should have been the finals MVP in Cold War. But I think, in terms of FaZe winning, if they get to that spot and, the highest ceiling player on their team in this game is probably Abeezy, no?
Right now? Yes. Yeah. Right now, not even, bro. What's his S&D KD? They're the reason. They're the reason why they won the last. He's the reason they won the last series they just played, which we're going to talk about later.
We'll get there. He turned up. He went crazy.
We'll get there.
But let's tune into the listening with Vegas. I was watching with Enable in the TeamSpeak. He thought that Vegas sounded a little bit down today, especially Donnie. He felt like their energy wasn't there. Let's tune in and see how they sound.
Priestess. I can shoot mid from hill. Priestess flanking kitchen. I have all low bed. Spawn down.
Help me. One in the back. Priest weak. Kitchen weak. He's in kitchen. They don't. One in that kitchen.
One bullet. I'm dead.
Top right. Yo, top light. Join top light to hill. Just stay alive.
I'm on
stairs. He's on time. He has to be close right. You're just like. He's in bed, guys.
I'm dead.
Me, no. Top bed. Top bed. Top bed. Top bed. Priest hot tub. Nice. 3. Missing 1 kid. Back left stairs. Coming to you, Teach. I can get time. I spawn spa. There's spawn kitchen right side, guys.
Backstairs. Back kitchen as well. I be backstairs.
All good.
Backstairs. Two bed. What's in bed?
One shot top bed, Priest. Going cat. Left side top cat. One shot.
On you.
Nice. You're missing 3. Sky's Hydra kids.
P1. He's under me P1.
Coming con.
Dead.
Guys.
I can get you. Bench. Last one.
Bench. One shot Hydra, bro. One shot Hydra.
Randy one.
We gotta watch your back, bro.
Con.
I pitch
Couch. We get square.
Couch dead.
Laying down mid side hill.
And con. Just laying down con pillar. So it's
What's the barges?
He's on the mid
side
point towards their side, behind the couch. The mid side point.
I stun one.
On couch.
That's under one.
Really beat their side, Caesar.
Side case.
There's side one. One shot my dog. That one. There's side one too. We went con. Or we went cat. Let's go.
Laying
down there. Middle hill dead. Another one right side.
Two ton. Another one ton. In con. He's picking up dead. Ton dead.
Nice.
Hold on, what's him?
And that's gonna do it for the listen. What you guys think about the comms?
They sound shocked.
Yeah, they
Clay
sounded
and,
like they,
Clay and Donnie sound shocked.
they
I don't know
sounded
about the other
frustrated.
two.
They sounded frustrated
I mean,
for
look,
sure.
Look, this team had like a little moment in the beginning of this season where like there was some hope, but I think ever since then it's just purely downhill, and this team is just now realizing, or they've been realizing, that it's just not going to work. There's no hope with this roster. It's just unfortunate. This is not going to be a good team. This team is not capable of upsetting and winning, and I just think they're in a rough spot. Obviously online they're in an even rougher spot, so I think it's just kind of they're defeated, all of them across the board.
Listen, I mean, look, I agree with you. There's pack-a-punch opportunities on this team. I'm not going to deny that, but like, the bigger problem is, like, we've seen this at times this season. Like, this team doesn't really deal with adversity well, and I would like to see them improve in that, because I think this team off the back.
Yeah, but you can't just say like improve it adversity. Like that's just that's like something you can't really ask for, bro.
Fully blow it up stage, but like I'm tired of watching this team just fold.
Bro, all it is,
like,
dude, listen, bro, I'll tell you
people
what it
just
is,
not
bro.
built that way, Ben. Not everybody cut from the same cloth.
They got a world champion on their team.
Listen, bro, I'll tell you what it is, bro.
What? Yeah, these motherfucker is 32.
These guys are going through the ups and downs every day online without a facility, probably scrimming, fucking on Fugue's host. Like, they can't get a good spread. They play matches. They don't get a good spread. They're just losing full, bro. Like, these guys seem like at times, like, they're just losing hella gunfights. Like, even when they know where people are, they challenge the gunfight, they're losing it. They're probably just frustrated, bro. Like, I'm not going to say these guys are chalked. This team obviously gets better on land. They did at the major, but I'm in the same boat with you.
Who says that happens again? Who says that happens again?
Wait, hold on. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen again, but like, we don't know until it's there. They're not gonna have consistency online, bro. Like, they're the only team that doesn't have all their players in the same place, I think, right? Or they're
hold on.
Close.
Bro, I know we've said this so many times, but like, bro, it's obviously a clear issue. Like, I feel like if you're a pro player, bro, I know no argument. Your org should do it. But if they're not, like, it's not that much of a lift, bro. Like,
yeah,
$6
we talked about
max. Like, if each you split it and just live as you would, bro, it's $6 grand. Like, you guys are making enough money. Like, come on. They made that much money at Vegas, at Raleigh, bro. Like,
this map was respectable. Like,
it was very respectable.
It's very respectable map.
But they lose one and it's over. It's over. Like,
yeah, well, it was Vegas who was able to break the second P3, the Snaking Hill and Kitchen. They were able to break it. They were able to bring it back a little bit. Then they win some fights on P4. So this one goes all the way down to this P5 hill, and this is where New York was able to close it out. Then just winning all the fights. Vegas can't really get in there. You can see the trades coming in, and things just get really mixy towards the end of this one. But it was a pretty respectable map. I'll give it to you, Chris.
You got to think these guys are on a little bit fair pings. Like, maybe they play a little bit better. Like, bro, the map can go their way. I'm not saying it's completely online. Like, obviously, like, these guys are all. It's not going to be the whole factor. But like, bro, these guys are not a bad team. These guys are clearly just fucking pissed all the time because they're probably not playing in the ideal scenario. Like, what can you do? Like, they need to take matters in their own hands if they're trying to take their careers seriously at this point, because whatever they're doing now, like, it's not good for your mental long term, right? Yeah. Online means a lot. Even if they do, let's say, even if they do go to land, Pat, right? And they have a pretty good land, right? What are they going to do? Go back home online and continue to suck?
Not make, yeah, exactly.
Bro, do something about it, please. You're not doing yourself any favors.
Hold on, I'm actually looking for something. Ben, you might be able to find it. Do you have like the prize breakdown from Raleigh?
Yeah, I can find it if you give me 30 seconds.
Yeah. 30 a bet. Ben's quick.
Go look at the scoreboard, 27 and 23 from Hydra. Everybody positive except the Bulldog, but the Bulldog, he's getting down and dirty. He's getting in there, making shit happen. So he's the only one negative, but everybody from New York pulling weight. And then the other side, everybody negative except for TJ. TJ only one coming out positive in that one. So New York outslaying their opponent. Definitely a close map. Vegas started bringing it back towards the end, but New York stayed disciplined. They ended up rotating to the last P5 and closing it out. Any final thoughts on the map one, gentlemen, before we head into the map number 2?
No, Pat, I have the prize money. What do you want to know?
Wait, why does this say Pimp John Fellow Gravity Theory?
Oh, wrong year. Hold on.
That's 2022. Hey, map was close. You got to think they probably feel like they got bullshit a couple times. Like, hey, you got a couple more kills. Like, hey, man, that win. That turns into a dub.
Yeah, I found it.
20K.
They got 5K each. They got 5K each. Bro, you're already paying for basically it all. Like, you just put your Raleigh prize money down between both of you, and you basically got an apartment for the next 6 months, everything covered.
You can get a decent 2-bedroom in Texas for like $1,500, $1,600 a month, right? Between two people, that's $800 a month, right?
Yeah, just get a 6-month lease. A
6-month lease.
5-month lease. The champs is in what, like June? Get a 5-month lease.
You paid your rent already with one tournament.
But to get into this map number 2, Hydra was making plays all day long, just lurking field. He found first blood a couple times, just kind of slow playing field, using the Vaznev and just slowly inching up. And I liked how he gets back to his teammates after he gets the kill. But we go into the 1-0 round. This is where TJ makes a play. Throws the stun down, and those stuns are OP, man. Those stuns are deadly. If you get hit with a stun, you can't move. TJ, really good heads-up play. Really good tactical usage. You get into the 1-1 round. This is a pretty comfortable defense from New York. They were able to stop Vegas's push over to just a bomb site. You see Kismet, he finds a route, he gets in behind him, absolutely shotguns Clayster with that headshot multiplier. They got to do something about the headshot multiplier because you die way too fast. Both guns, the Vaznev and the Scar kill. When you headshot with those guns, forget it, bro. You get absolutely deleted. But good plays from Nysl with the comfy defense. In New York, they started just absolutely world-starring them from here on out. They ended up winning this one 6-2. And it was really good plays from Paco here in this round. He's able to make a play, pick up a few kills, and that's just what he does, man. S&D, bro. He's really hard to track. He does something different every round. I feel like he's always just kind of like playing. His situationals are really good. His awareness is really good. And he's just hard to track. You see him dipping and diving. TJ, he goes down. That's 2 in a round from Paco. 3v2 situation. And then Paco continues to finesse and ends up getting some nice shots onto Don Dada here as well. Donnie ends up shooting, giving away his position. And Hydra, he's gonna punish you for mistakes like that. He's gonna take you out. Good shots coming out of him. And then we get into the 3-2 round. This is where Caesar Skies Bueno, investing in his game, was able to get the 1v2. We'll kind of take a look at that one and see what happened here. But any final thoughts on the S&D? There's a few rounds I want to show. The Skies 1v2. Kismet took a route in the 4-2 round, and then Paco calls game. But any thoughts on the S&D here?
No, I mean Vegas just lost first map and tilted. Like seeing their cams, like they were just not in it at this point. So
yeah, you can see Skies. I thought right there that nade, he just horked a random grenade, but he low-key threw it in the right area. But Skies, he gets the bomb down. He ends up getting hit or tagged up a little bit, but he knows where Clay's coming from. He ends up playing this really good, kind of just playing off his headset. He hears Clay stomping around, and even Clay crouch walking. You could see how frustrated he was because I think he's getting sound hoard there. Doesn't matter if you're crawling or crouching or walking. Sometimes it doesn't even matter if you pop dead silence. You could still be heard. So people are bumping up their headsets during S&D. Then we get into the next round. Look at Kismet. Look at the Bulldog. We're 15 seconds into the round, and look at where this guy is. This guy's in the spawn already. This guy's an animal. The Bulldog hits right through the right side of the map. You can see Skies looking over him just in case anybody peeks or anybody tries to chow. But he finds a gap on a map, and he punishes Vegas for it. He's able to find one on this flank. I think he ends up taking down Donnie here, and then it's Hydra on the other side, who's able to pick up 2 somehow. So good plays out of Paco. And then we go into the last round, and this is Paco again, just going towards field and just slow playing it. Gets tucked into a little bit of a corner here, and he hits a drop shot here onto Byron, onto Prolu. Prolu has no idea that he's there. Hydra with another first blood. This guy continues to make plays, continue to be a nuisance, and just like that, 4v3 situation. They get the kill B side, and Paco again uses his tax, stuns Clay, nades him, challenges him. He just runs at him, finds 2. And just like that, it's a 4v1 situation. Bomb down. The New York subliners are able to close it out. Take a look at the final scoreboard. Hydra 11-4. Great map out of him. On the other side, everybody negative. They couldn't get anything going. It is what it is. No final thoughts, gentlemen. We'll go to the next map.
New York's just playing disrespectful, bro. They are just running at the people they see. No,
I mean they got them on full tilt. They literally dude, if I was Cinder or D-Real and I was watching this match and I heard the listening from Vegas and I saw their cams, I'm instantly just going to my team. And I'm like, Yeah, literally, yo,
just ego chow
bro,
everything.
shoot bodies, ego chow, play dumb, teabag them. Like they're on full tilt, bro. You
That
just take
interaction
advantage
on
of that.
stage, you get them yelling across the stage.
Yeah,
know?
bro, they're on full tilt, bro. You take advantage of it, and you win your series and you move on.
And then we get into the control, and I mean, this one was over after the first round. I mean, this was a round that Vegas probably should have won. You can see Vegas, they're on the defense. There's 30 seconds left to go, and they somehow let this one go. I don't know how New York was able to shut them down here, but you can see Prolu, he goes down. Clay's just trying to find kills. TJ's staying alive. Kitchen. The TJ ends up getting a kill here, but you can see those spawns are still coming. TJ's pushed out Kitchen here, and they're still spawning there.
It broke apart because the guy died middle, and they didn't win all the trades, right? No one got a 2-piece. They just trade, and obviously if you get blooded first, 3v4. So
yeah, it was interesting. This guy spawned on TJ here, though. With TJ pushed out Kitchen here, you would think that they would spawn like back plat, because you can see number 4, he spawns back plat. But number 1 spawns in that back right corner. TJ's not really ready for it. Can you really read that, Chris? Can you read that spawn?
I want to say, I mean, sometimes it's kind of random. I'm not going to lie to you. But I want to say that what triggered it was when number 1 spawned, I think the guy back Kitchen, New York was on the point. And then they got off the point and number 4 spawned. So that could be it. I'd have to go back and watch it. But honestly, sometimes it's kind of random. If you talk to a couple pros, they'll say that the control spawns on Hotel are kind of random sometimes. See, like they're on the point right now. Right, they're gonna get off the point, I think. Let's see if they get off it.
Yeah, they get off and then he spawns. Yeah,
they get off it.
Maybe that's what it was.
Now, yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yeah,
honestly.
So maybe being on the point, being off the point, messing up the spawns a little bit. But take a look at the lives. New York only have 3 lives here, and they were able to clean wipe the Vegas Legion with 3 lives left and stack this point and win the first round. So if you're the Vegas Legion, you're probably going back and watching that round and probably saying to yourself, "What the fuck? What were we doing?" They end up falling apart. New York Subliners clutch up, and then I'm going to be honest with you guys, the next 2 rounds was an absolute bloodbath. It wasn't even close. There wasn't really too much to say. These guys were having a field day. It looked like New York was just having a good time, running around the map, picking up kills. They were smiling. They were challenging everything, playing just very confident. It's how New York plays, man. They're a very confident team. You can see it in their decision-making around the map. You see it the way they challenge gunfights. This team is going to be tough to beat. Any final thoughts on the series, gentlemen, as we skim through the rest of this control?
Vegas, if you do good at the next LAN, if you do serviceable at the next LAN, match your placement, invest in a fucking apartment for your 2 players that are split at least, because you're doing yourself no favors. Online is very important this year, as it is with the other years of the CDL, and you're trolling. Period.
Pat, any final thoughts about this Vegas roster, about this New York roster? Anything you want to add?
Listen, if Vegas isn't gonna move out Prolu and TJ to Texas or anywhere central, then the team just needs to blow it up. Because I think it's clear the players aren't gonna do it, which makes no sense for me. Because in my opinion, they're still fighting for their careers. I've always said it. I think anyone on the Legion roster at any time in any game is in a state where you're fighting for your career. So. If the players aren't going to do it, I think this team just needs to blow it up, because I don't see them ever performing well online, and I don't think they're going to make champs by just miraculously placing top 8 at a couple of majors, possibly placing top 8. So that's my take. New York, just a clear, way better team. Not even close.
Yeah, let's go into the listening with New York. They're able to close this one out. We could kind of see or kind of hear how they were common.
I have your left. Any secret. True secret. All of them.
Just stay. Watch lobby. I can hold mid, alright? Lobby, telling you.
One was mid, pocket.
Link out mid. Before Prolu.
I have mid.
Double shot me.
Alright, just get on it.
They're double going mid. Cheers, double mid.
What? One shot.
Couches, guys.
There's one shot.
I'm not sure. Get your I hear him. One rock mid. I have a shot down.
One rug's on me. Rugs, guys.
150 guys. I hear him.
Two said rugs.
Help. I have your help. This is the one.
Oh, I got me this side. Their side. He's in the pillar. Middle side. Nice. 3.
I'm blocking. Cap for time.
Wait, they stunned our time. One shot shit him.
Alright, guys, relax. Alright, I'm going big. I'm going. I need my mid doors. Listen, our first break, we're gonna go deep, okay? Alright. One's one. Yo,
I'm behind him.
I'm cutting mid. Their first one's just running secret. I'm gonna work on deep.
Clay chow deep last time.
Yep. He spawned secret, okay? Hey.
Sub chow, Tim. Left side, top mid. I'm gonna work secret here, bro. I think Clay's gonna hold it.
I'm holding.
Top mid,
I
secret,
heard you. Stop. Secret on me. One shot for you. I'm leaving him. Yo, any kills we get, like,
secret, he's gonna tell me. I'm dead, secret.
Yo, chop is dead.
Pro secret, what's funny out?
Pro secret weak, Clay.
Alright, take it,
There's two secret. I think with PT Sears. PT Sears, heal up.
Dead. Nice, one more P2.
I spawned
Or P4, I think.
I spawned deep, guys.
And that's gonna do it. One thing I do want to add, bro. Paco's English gotten so much better, bro. He's calling out spawns. He's small talking now. Like he didn't when he first came into the league. He wasn't small talking like that. Granted, I don't think he knew how to speak the language very well, so it's very hard to small talk if you don't know the language. But do you guys know if he got a tutor, or did he just naturally learn the language? Because it's not easy to learn English.
I have no idea, but you know his English is developed when he's getting joked in English.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
Yeah.
He's weak. He's one shot.
He ends up closing it out. They end up going crazy. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard, but you can see everybody from the New York Subliners is positive. They just outslang the hell out of Vegas Legion. Vegas couldn't get anything going. Pat, any final thoughts on Vegas?
Nah, bro.
Hydra's in chat. I'm crying, dude.
There he is. Paco's in the chat. Paco, good win today. We also got Troy Center, Michael in the chat. We got all the New York Subliners in here. They're always in here showing love, man. Give it up. Give it up for the NYSL, man. It's an absolute pleasure to watch you guys smoke everybody you play, man. You guys have been going crazy. Let's hop into the next one. Unless, Pat, you got anything to add?
Nah, Vegas just got to do something. They got to do something quick.
Alrighty, then let's get to the next one. We got the Los Angeles Guerrillas going up against Atlanta Faze. And man, was this a series. This series was unbelievable. Embassy Hardpoint, Hotel S&D, LS Low Control, Mercado Hardpoint, and LS Low S&D.
Wait, question for you guys. Did you guys, during this series, like really think Faze wasn't about to win this?
Yes, multiple times. There was multiple times.
I saw him down 2-0. I'm like... Not worried. Oh
yeah, Pat. You're never worried, Pat. Never.
Not about my boys on Faze.
Bro, I know that Faze is good at Embassy, but I said it when this LAG team first formed. It's their best map. Get it out the damn series.
They also beat him on this map at the event, right?
Yes, get it out the series, bro.
Yeah, Chris, I was going to say I was surprised. I mean, do you like the Hydro ban out of Faze? Like I know Faze likes to play his map, but I feel like I've seen LG just stomp people.
Listen, bro. I think Faze is going in with no respect for the map pool, and they're like, we're just a better team. Squared up on the first two. Squared up on this map and got put down. Like show some respect to these guys. I told you these guys are gonna be good. They had a close game. Faze pulls it out, but regardless, like it's their best map. Get it out the damn map pool.
Yeah, this is where LAG, they start getting some good time here. It was Assault who ends up going crazy. Finds 2, make that 3. Big plays coming out of Assault. I mean, that's your guy, Pat. He's been playing really well. You can see him picking up the Vaznev, and he still goes.
Taught him everything he knows.
I mean, Pat, look at this guy. He's picking up subs. He's popping. He's on an absolute spree right now. He's going absolutely crazy. He ends up falling, but starting off 12-5. Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, no, he's solid. I told you when they made this roster change. I think Adam's just one of those players who's. What I call him? I think I just call him like a consistent factor.
You just said that you know what you're gonna get out of him.
Yeah, you know what you're gonna get from him. He's never gonna get like world start. He's never gonna lose you a series, and sometimes he'll pop off and he'll have starts and maps like this. So yeah, I think the guy's a beast, and I'm glad to see him back in the league.
You can see back-to-back rotations. LAG, they're locking down that initial time. Ben, we see a lot of people pulling out 3 subs on his hill, sometimes 4. Octane was telling me. He says sometimes you'll see pros pull out 4. What do you think about that? I feel like teams really need to make sure they're focusing on some gun switches here on this map, because even the P4 hill is a pretty mixy map with the Vaznev. A lot of corners, a lot of close quarter combat. You probably want to have like that flex player switch it on and off a lot 100%. During this map.
I mean, I agree with you, and it made all the points I was going to make, so there's nothing else for me to add there.
At any point in time in this game, Tom, you can recognize that you're in a, like, let's say it's an indoor hill. It happens even like Mercado. If you're on, like, let's say Tin Hill, and you get a certain spawn where it's just, you're in a flood trade fest, pull out a sub. Like, you can just make the swap instantly, recognize the situation. It's just better on these close range hills.
Yep, you can kind of see the score. It's LAG who go up a little bit going into to the second rotation, and things get a little mixy here. I want to go into the listening with Atlanta Faze and see how they sound.
I spawned. He's front. Superman, one shot. I don't see him. He might have been housing.
House. I don't see him.
I'm leaving before spawning. AC radius. AC one shot.
Halls. One shot. One more in orange.
That one's
one shot.
Yeah, Joe in orange.
Top AC absolute.
One shot top bridge.
We have a streak too. We have a streak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, one shot.
Yeah, third shot time.
Top new. I'm shield.
He's one shot.
I'm gas blocking us.
In orange. Weak. Joe.
Orange weak
Joe
on
ran
time.
in the mid. Joe ran in the mid.
Gas me. One shot. Gas so one shot.
Can we streak this?
Yeah, I could.
Side P4. Side
Side
P4.
P4. Top AC and side P4.
I'm shooting.
Side P4. Third shot time.
Yeah, I'm 36. One gas, one time. Gas, one time, guys. Go like Setter. Gas it. Oh no, gas and orange.
Orange not peeking.
Gas and orange, Jace.
Okay, orange time. One shot. No trophy on the thing.
Bottom orange.
Bottom orange again.
Bottom orange.
There's flooding orange. There's
In time. One time. We might have a trophy.
There's two in orange.
Bottom orange this time.
Give me right there.
Gonna be hitting side or top.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Top AC.
Alright, one shot. Top AC.
Oh, Soul's like God wall.
I'm right there.
Top AC, guys.
Side door.
I'm right there.
Bottom orange.
Bro, watch can smoke kill. The Soul's on our holes.
That's fine.
Hold the name.
See, this first map, MC was going off, but, you know, some people from Faze struggling in the slaying department. Simps negative, Abeezy's negative, and those are the two guys you really look to, right, to put pressure on a map and be aggro and be a nuisance, and you don't see those guys negative very often, but
that's Chris' best player. That's Chris's best player.
no, Abeezy goes crazy in this series, Pat. He goes nuts.
I know.
Like,
He's the reason why they win, bro. That's what I'm saying.
It's a team game. It's a team game.
Cell is great, consistent player, great player, but the reason why this team wins and pulls out these maps is often because of Abeezy, bro. Like, they're winning off the back of a bunch of S&Ds lately. Their S&D record is pretty good, and Abeezy is that person in search.
That person. Are we done saying he's him?
He's him. He's that guy.
He's him. He's him in search.
He's
bro.
that person. Like,
He's that guy, bro. He's that listen, bro. I'm just kind of I'm talking quick. He's that guy, bro.
You can kind of see it as we skim through the rest of this one. LAG, they start to pull away a little bit. These guys are really good at hardpoint. I think this is what their 8th hardpoint in a row, or 7th or 8th, Ben. I don't know if you had the actual stat.
I don't know the exact number, but they've been absolutely crushing everybody in hardpoint. But to Chris's point, like, I really hope people start looking at the maps they're playing and realizing what maps they're good at and which maps they've been avoiding, and start and when we get to this major, start not letting them play MSC hardpoint map one in all these series.
Yep. And then I like the plays here. It's Simp who's trying to hold these spawns. Faze maybe trying to do a little bit of a comeback here, but it was good pinches coming in from the LAG. I like how they played around these back spawns initially. They went around the back. And Simp, granted, he got the kills, kind of takes him out of the play a little bit. Simp has to focus kills here and try and stay alive. And as that's happening, LAG, they use that gap to just get into that hard point and get some of those kills pushing through front. And they were able to win it going into the next AC hill. They stay disciplined. They don't over push, right? Because if you over push for this P2 and flip out, Atlanta Faze can get back into this one. But you see LAG, they're all on their bellies in the AC. And this is a pretty hard hill to break. If everybody's just snaking the headies and you got a trophy on hill, you're not breaking this unless you absolutely world star somebody. So very good map number 1. You can take a look at the scoreboard here. It was Assault going crazy. 32 and 23 from Assault. He went absolutely nuts. Exceed, only other guy positive for them, 28 and 27. Joe and RC's negative, but they still all had 3,000 plus damage, so the teamwork was there. On the other side, MC had a really good map, 35 and 23. Slasher 26 and 24, but the Tiny Terrors, they ended up being negative in this one. Any thoughts on the map number 1? This was a really good map. Very back and forth. Both teams are staying pretty disciplined. I thought it was, we got off to a good start. What did you guys think?
I know it was close, but get it out.
Yeah,
Get it out.
Stop playing LG on this map.
Stop playing LG on this map. They're winning it every single time. They beat Faze on it now twice. Like, get it out.
Also, this is a tough series for all the people that say the MC plays slow in hardpoint, because I think I'm pretty sure he got the most interactions.
Yeah, he was definitely not. He picked up the pace today. He was definitely moving.
So,
and I know Octane has made some
people.
comments, and even he said it himself that MC was moving today. He was doing his thing. Go ahead, Pat.
I was just saying that guy's different, bro.
He's different. He's been playing well, and you know, you heard Abeezy say it in the interview, but he feels like once they get into like a rhythm and they start flowing a little bit around the map, you know, every game has that like feeling, right? Of like when everybody's clicking and everybody's moving around the map together. It like you don't even need to think about what you're doing. You just do it. And I think Atlanta Faze is still trying to get that to click. You know, one team that I feel like is clicking is like the New York Subliners, right? Like when you watch them play, it just seems like they're always on the same page. And they make decisions really quickly. But as we hop into the S&D, man, this was an absolute batter. It was clinical from LAG. They end up rushing mid in the first round. They shut down Faze. Then I really like the play call going into the offense. Just rush plan A. I noticed FaZe keep giving up bomb plants. Are they giving up bomb plants on purpose? Are they trying to work retakes? I hate playing retakes. I don't know what you guys think about retakes. There's certain maps where certain bomb sites I feel like retakes are good, but I hate letting people get the bomb down. I feel like when you let people just get it down, you're in situations like this where time is slowly ticking down and you have to check every corner and check every lane and you have no idea where these guys are.
I feel like that used to be true, bro, in game. Especially you could like throw a search and hit or throw a smoke and hit a retake, and like have real strategies. But now, bro, like some of these maps, like you're just searching corners forever. So I agree with you, Tom. I think being proactive is the better play.
It's the power. It's the power of the quick plan. And then like when a BZ like saw one guy cross, like he gave up the rest of the info. So like there was just no sense of urgency at a FaZe to get to the site quick enough, and then it was just too late. They got the bomb down, backed up, played dwindled the time, and game over.
And you can see FaZe. Go ahead, Ben. Go ahead, Ben. Yep.
Listen, all saying that is on this map, on that bomb site, teams that plant the bomb are winning 73% of the time. So I absolutely agree with you, Tom.
Yeah, I mean that's
your best 1% chances to deny that bomb plant. Otherwise, it's gonna be a tough retake.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think teams should be able to get the bomb down that easily on the offense. There was nobody there. You can see this round of BZ. He's trying to clutch up, but he can't see the bomb from here. Good place from LAG to just hop it, look over him. They knew where he was, and they go up 3-0 quick. They end up going 4-0. I like the play from LAG here. They end up playing over towards his B side. It's Joe Deceives who's able to find one. Stuns go in, but take a look at the routes from LAG. They get these kills B side. Atlanta FaZe end up rotating over, but they end up breaking some ankles here. What do you guys think about this play? I always like when teams are breaking ankles on the offense. You know, get a kill at one site, maybe wrap it back. Definitely some good plays, some good teamwork coming here from LAG.
No, I don't like this. I don't like this at all, Tom. I'll tell you why. I taught Adam this. I taught him this.
But they
Tom.
went back to B. Look, they broke the hell out of their ankles.
I taught him this. I literally taught him. I guarantee if Adam's in the chat right now, he's probably play calling this. This is what I call the shower play.
Is this a Slaya special right here? Is this a Slaya special?
Shower play.
Yeah. It's listen, Ben. You had to have been there to understand. I thought about this play on Arden's Forest in the shower one day. And so I hit the scrims and I was like, listen, guys, I thought of the most godlike Arden's Forest S&D strategy. And it literally never lost us around, or never lost us in Arden's Forest after that. So I call it the shower play because I thought of it in the shower. Yeah, I was scrubbing and dubbing. I was shampooing, and then I'm like, yo, I think I know exactly how to play Arden's Forest. And then I ran it by the team. The team was like, yo, you might be honest. Did it a few maps, saved it for champs, won champs. Rest is history.
I think they don't know. They just had like some bad communication. They played so scared. Like even if those players were rapping, right, which is what like they ended up doing. They played for the rap. They had a guy bottom bedroom, I'm pretty sure, the entire time. Like he has the cross to bomb. So like that guy's gonna get all the information if they actually do commit to the site. They're just so quick to give up map control. They leave mid map completely open. Like you trust your teammates to get you the information when the time comes. Like they just let go of the map. They can't do that. Like it's just stupid.
Yep. And then you could see LAG. They end up rotating this bomb towards B. They kind of did like the breaking ankles again. And look at FaZe. They pushed through here, but there was just no teamwork from FaZe here on the retake. Nothing. They all go. They all just take a different lane. Starts with Slasher. He's in the middle of the map by himself. He ends up trying to work through Hot Tub. He gets taken down by Arcides. Then you have the next player up. It's going to be Simp and MC. Simp goes through Closet. He goes through like the middle alley right there. He gets taken. There's no teamwork. I would have liked to see them like maybe work some trades or like do something there in the retake. But that's what happens when you get the bomb down. Teams panic and they start running at you because they don't have a lot of time. So really good plays from LAG to just kind of keep FaZe on their toes and kind of switch up these bomb sites a little bit. I just like their mid-round adjustments. You can see Simp going into the next round. Good little highlight from him, little flank from him. He's able to find 3, but it didn't matter too much because we go into the next round and look at LAG. They get that bomb down within 15 seconds. They're already planting the bomb, and nobody from Atlanta FaZe is there. I like how LAG, they do that. They just get to the bomb, plant the bomb, have people look over them, and then they just play like post-plant positions. They let the subs, take some routes and hit some long routes and make some plays. And they just stay alive double desk in bedroom. And they end up closing this one out. So I like the play call from LAG. The confidence to just go to that A-bomb site, plan it, and call it a day. Anything you guys think Atlanta Faze could have done differently there? Maybe stopping some of these plans. It's hard. I mean, I feel like if you said somebody like low bedroom, you could see it across the bomb. Can you not, Chris? You could see it.
Yeah, they did, but like every time that like a BZ would see the cross the bomb, he would just like run away and they would play the retake.
Yeah.
I'm honestly curious. They might have done some homework and they just saw how FaZe likes to play like the A bomb and they were just exploiting. They're like, oh, dude, like just run at the bomb and plant. These guys don't even have anybody watching. I wonder if that's part of their game plan, but it seemed like at least on that map they read these guys like a book.
Yeah, any final thoughts on the S&D before we head into the El Asilo control?
No, I mean, this is a crazy series. It looked like FaZe is about to get 3-0'd, and then this map, Tyler Abizi happened, Tom.
This is where Abizi just, I don't even know what the hell happened this map. This was the Abizi show. I mean, this guy was shooting lights out. We go into the first defense for the LAG. They end up pinning FaZe back. FaZe can't get out the spawn.
We thought it was over at this point. Like,
yeah,
with this round.
they get spawn trapped for the whole round. They can't get out. LAG do a good job just filling in the lanes, making sure nobody slips through, and just kind of keeping Atlanta FaZe pinned. They are able to win the first defense, and then FaZe does the same thing right back to them in the next round. It's Abizi who ends up going crazy. He gets pushed up in the base. You can see him on a mini map now, number 7, kind of working like that bottom middle area with the Vaznev. He ends up getting pushed out into their spawn, and LAG again having problems just getting out of the spawn. It was Abizi all over the map. Good plays out of him. You can see him dipping and diving. He finds another one here on a Joe to C's. Fantastic plays. LAG can't get out the spawn, can't get any ticks. Atlanta FaZe doing the same thing LAG did to them on their defense. They're doing it right back to them, so they match their energy. Good plays there from FaZe. And then we get into the 1-1 round, and this is where Abizi, again, I mean, I'm going to be saying his name probably the whole map here, but Atlanta FaZe, they get an A stack really, really quickly. They cap that 8 point, and then they end up working over towards his B side, and they get the kills, and they're not afraid to stack, man. This, especially in El Asilo. I heard Scumpa saying this in the watch party the other day, but this is definitely an offensive heavy map, man. You couldn't really spawn teams out, especially on this B point. Like if you get all the kills and give them that back left deep spawn, as long as you're stacking and have trophies on a point, you should be able to cap this B point pretty easily, as long as everybody's listening to each other and hits the stacks. But what do you guys think about that? Maybe an offensive sided map. El Asilo spawns are pretty deep. You guys agree, disagree?
I mean, I think the offense definitely is a lot easier on that map compared to others, but I still wouldn't say it's completely offensive sided. But
no. I just feel like it's pretty easy on this map compared to some other maps to work the stack, because when you get those kills, they spawn deep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought FaZe did like a really good job there of just getting kills and just like, you know, being decisive on their decision making and just getting on the point. So good plays out of them, and then we go into the 1-2 round. And again, it's the Abizi show. He's 22-6 right now, going absolutely crazy. And he was just kind of maneuvering this bottom middle of the map, just having a field day, just having fun. He's all over the place. LAG really couldn't hold him.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about Abizi this year? Like, what do you think was the big turnaround from Vanguard to now? You think it's just a game? Think he kind of was woken up, cares a little more? Like, what do you guys think was the difference?
I thought he's always been good.
No, he's always been good. But we were talking about like from like when he was literally him to not being him, and he's kind of
might be his haircut. You think it's his haircut?
For him.
Listen.
Do you think it's Alec gone and Slasher's in the lineup? Like,
Abizi was like really good at the tail end of Vanguard, so I think it's more so just like a wake up call type thing where he just needs to get his shit together. Because last year he was not playing the best, but towards the end he got really good. I mean, I don't think this guy's gonna slow down. This guy is absurd. He's so good.
Yeah, you can see him just maneuvering, just pissing on everybody. Go ahead, Ben.
I talked to Tyler at the end of last year, and I think he felt like,
Jesus, look at that scoreboard, bro.
7-7.
27-8.
Nah,
Slasher was 7-7, and they get the dub.
Damn, Austin. Yo, I might have to play for FaZe.
Go ahead, Ben. Go ahead, Ben. Let Ben talk. He's getting frustrated. He's getting frustrated.
Hear what you have to say, Ben. You have the floor.
No, we really
go ahead, Ben.
Bro, he went 7-7, bro. We had to bring that up. Go on, you got the floor, Ben. Let us know.
We didn't mean to talk over you there, Ben. Go ahead.
I mean, listen, I talked to Tyler at the end of last season. I think a lot of players make a mistake after a championship win where they just kind of don't really hit the ground running from day one. And I think Tyler's made a concerted effort. He's talked about this in interviews. He talked about it on his stream in the offseason that like he wanted to go hard from day one because he didn't want to repeat of last season. And I think he's shown that, especially in search, and now we're seeing it at Respawn, like he's got that crazy takeover ability.
Yeah, you want to talk about impact, Pat? Your teammate's going 7-7 under 1,000 damage, and you won the map 3-1. That is impact. That guy literally won the map by himself.
Yeah, but also LAG was just getting smoked. I thought Adam Assault better than that.
And then we get into the Mercado hardpoint for map number 4. And honestly, like Faze, it was LAG that was actually working some breaks early. And just to show you guys some of those breaks, one of them, it comes right here. Atlanta Faze, they end up rotating over to this P4 hardpoint. And LAG work a pretty clean break here. I don't even know how they were able to get the kills. Oh, sorry, this is not the P4. Going into the parking lot, it was pretty back and forth. Faze was shitting on them this map. This was a Celium show. Him seeing a BZ.
Like Simp 3-piece. I think it was on the hill before this.
I think what Faze
Simp ran through the whole team.
But what Faze does really good in this map is just they do such a good job pushing out cuts. Just like when you get kills, just kind of being a nuisance and being annoying around the map. I mean, those are what the best teams do. They're not afraid to get like active.
I think Tom. I think their biggest skill on this map compared to other hard points. I think why they're so good at this map is they actually good at holding hills on this map. Like they are good at locking down, getting their setups, and playing ahead of the game. And I feel like sometimes on Embassy, we've seen it on Hydra, we've seen it on Fortress. Like they are not good at front running teams. They're not good at maximizing their rotations. If they can play a more efficient game, their skill, like we saw today, where they scored 200 points in a row, whatever it was, like they're going to blow out teams more often instead of playing these grind out games.
This map plays the most like an older map in the sense that like, bro, there's not that many like fugazi routes. Like there's no water routes. There's no like you have to watch like set like 3 different lanes. Like they can come from everywhere. Like this map, you can funnel teams really well, and I think that obviously plays into the strengths of a team like Faze, who obviously does better with like simplified Call of Duty.
They had 191 unanswered points, bro. LAG had a donut.
Yeah, LAG had
on 4 straight hills. Yeah. They had a donut on 4 straight hills.
They couldn't get a point. They got 102 points, and Faze just said that's all you're getting.
Well, you get blended on the last.
And Chris, you want to talk about impact? Pete, Mr. MC. That's impact. Chill, man. That's impact.
Chill, man.
He was. MC went absolutely crazy this map. You see Sim with the 3-piece here. I mean, Faze was just having a field day. Just chained so many hills. It seemed like LAG couldn't get any momentum in this one. Their rotations weren't working. They couldn't break much, and they were just having a hard time. Like Pat said,
back, bro. Fight back.
Like Pat said, they were having a hard time just getting time and getting points. They couldn't get anywhere near the hill. 26-10 from MC in a map 4, 20-14 from a BZ. And you see 11-12 from Sim, 14-10 from Slasher. Just a BZ and MC just going absolutely crazy. Everybody negative on the side of LAG. RC's had a really tough map. I see a lot of people spamming in the chat. It happens, man. Sometimes you get put in a cycle.
Actually, I know what Faze was thinking that map. I know exactly what Faze was thinking that map. Tom.
No way, Slay. Is that you, Pat? Is that you? No way, Pat. No way. Not that that's why you got dropped. I can hear Mr. X's voice in the background repeating everything you're saying. I can hear him. I can hear him from here.
I said some good shit, Tom. I said some good shit.
Yeah, Pat, you were a menace, Pat. You were fucking nuts. But
the under 2K damage in a hard point is crazy. Like the quad under 2K, that is crazy.
And then we get into the S&D. And honestly, bro, I don't know what the hell happened here with LAG, because they come out swinging. First round, Alex in a 1v2. I really like the reposition here from Alex. He finds one, left in a 1v2 situation. Honestly, a 1v3. I like the repositioning here. He ends up getting spotted down low. He switches it up, goes up top. Not really too much Faze could do there. Alec able to shoot him off the bomb. Then we go into the next round, and it's Joe Deceives. Ends up team killing, but we got a 1v1 situation. He has that Vaznev up close on a bomb site. Slasher has no choice but to check the bomb just in case he's ninjaing, and Joe Deceives makes a good heads-up play. Ends up winning the big 1v1. They go up 2-0. Then we go into the third round. This is LAG doing that LAG rush plant that they always do. They run right to that A site. Under 30 seconds, they already got the bomb down, and it's Joe Deceives who goes absolutely massive. This guy's good, man. This guy's been putting up some numbers. I know a lot of pros have talking very highly about him, and I know when Joe Deceives got picked up, some people were like, how did this guy get picked up? He hasn't really been performing in challengers, but I think the eye test, man, I think people just saw something in him.
Wait, hon, first off, so a couple of things.
Well, he was performing in challenges, but not winning. I guess.
No, people were hating on him.
They were hating on him.
We'll get to their series later on this weekend with Scrappy, but people were hating on him becoming the sub on this team, turning 18, and we've talked about this.
It was just Prolu, bro.
Hey, listen, somebody in the chat said he dropped the .8, but I mean, he's impactful on a map. He makes plays.
There's a Scrappy clip. Like,
Scrappy too.
Oh, he won in challengers. And I don't know why people were hating on him if he won in challengers. I just remember when he came into the pro leagues, I felt like a lot of challengers players were like, how? Like, how the hell did he get picked up? And I feel like he's shutting some people up.
Well, I mean, people were accusing of friendship league and stuff like that, but they clearly thought this kid was good. And he was a massive problem, at least for Faze on defense. They really weren't sure what to do on the first couple of defenses. He was insta playing that bomb site, but as we get to sort of later in the map, when the comeback happens, then they did a good job countering Joe by really stacking on the A point and making it a little bit difficult for LAG to kind of just get the bomb down.
Yeah, you can see Faze, they adapted. They go down 0-4 and they say, guys, we have to get into this A site. We can't let them plant. And that's exactly what they do. They get aggressive. They end up winning some fights on a bomb site. They get the bomb down, and just like that, Alec is by himself. He ends up getting taken out here by Simp. Pretty sure Simp has some good shots, and this pretty much mounts the comeback here. Atlanta Faze, they stop that A push. We go into the 4-1 round. This is where Slasher, he's by himself in a 1v2 situation. 30 seconds left on the clock, able to pick Arcides, and then it's Assault, who's in a 1v1 scenario. And Austin, you know he's going to bump that headset, sit in those corners. He sound whores Assault this whole way through. You can see him. He just hears him. He knows he's not on the bomb, just ends up staying down. And with 8 seconds left, he's going to check. He's going to finish the kill. Big plays coming out of Slasher to get that 1v2. And then this is where things get interesting. It's MC that's left in a 1v3 situation. He actually almost clutches this somehow. But after LAG to get this A plant again, I thought this is where they were going to close it out. MC with some good shots onto Assault behind the desk there. Then he ends up jumping down here, finds another one onto the bomb site, and then ends up putting some shots down, trying to turn and burn onto Joe DeCease. But Joe,
clutch would have been insane.
It would have been insane if he would have got that. But you can see LAG right now, they're all smiles, man. They're up 5-2. They're thinking they got this one in the bag. But it's Abeezy who chows in a 1v1 this round. Look at this. Abeezy finds one. I think he ends up getting an AA. He ends up challenging the 1v1 here. 14 seconds left on the clock. Abeezy gets off the bomb and says, screw this. I'm challenging. Super confident play coming out of Abeezy there. As he's able to win the 1v1. We'll take a look at that final kill cam. You see him on a bomb. He decides to not plant it. He decides to chow. His former teammate Arcides takes him down. And then we get into the next round. This is where Simp goes massive. Somehow is able to find a big two-piece over by his B side. LAG, they were going A the whole game. I think maybe they tried to change it up a little bit. Maybe try to keep Faze on their toes. But Faze was ready for it. They get the information. Simp was able to rotate back. He picks up a big two-piece. Always good seeing Simp do what he does. MC finds the kill, closes out the round. Now we go into the next round, and this is where Slasher somehow is able to find 3. You can see it's a 3v3 situation. Slasher, he's going to end up working like a little bit of a late pinch here. He takes it out, and he's able to clean up the whole team here. They just didn't see Slasher. They didn't keep track of the players. Slasher was able to find a gap on the left side of the map. He ends up getting in behind him and finding 3.
The only thing I'll say about Austin, so I thought Austin made a good play in this round.
That was a great play from Austin.
My only criticism of Austin, and I think it was a big adjustment he made from earlier on in their post plants. When he plays that kind of anchor solo position in the back, he ends up in position. If the other team makes like a dead silence play back to him on the retake, he's kind of completely out of the play if his teammates die like top and bottom. So I think that was a good heads up play for him to be the one making the move on the other team and getting in a position to cover that retake.
Yeah, no, and then we go into the round 11, and this is kind of where Atlanta Faze, they play with some confidence here. I like this. They get aggressive over towards this A side. Beezy's going to open up that door. They're going to throw their attacks, and they end up getting a grenade kill, actually. Slasher finds one. Abeezy, Slasher, he was doing a great job this map, just finding kills, being a nuisance, being annoying. He was just finding gaps, hitting nice shots. You see Abeezy with that nade kill just like that. Faze in a 4v2 situation. They're able to bring this one all the way back. Slasher finds another one, 3v1. Assault left all by himself. And Atlanta Faze able to get the reverse sweep against the Los Angeles Guerrillas. What a series, gentlemen. What a series.
I mean,
you can't lose that, Tom.
Can't lose it. I agree. You're up 4-0 in the last map. You got to close that one out.
Great series. I think LAG 5-2 got to learn to close those out. I
think Faze, at least on their defensive end, just started making an adjustment to the point where they know that LAG likes to get these bombs down, so they started just hitting the go button. They started making plays like a lot quicker. They started just aggroing. Like you saw Simp just running to the B site just confidently as hell because like he knew that one of them was probably gonna be playing the bomb. So like they just made those adjustments and started hitting the go button. Unlike the fucking the hotel where they just kept like playing a retake. They just forced the issue. And that's when you're gonna see Faze at their best when they're playing that like super aggressive play style.
Yeah, we look at tomorrow's matches. We kick things off with LAG Toronto. Who do I got in this one, bro? I feel like
LA predictions.
Yes, sir. Oh, that's all the matches, Ben J. We're getting into the predictions. I'm trying to think on who's gonna win this one, bro. LAG, they didn't look bad to me today. They look good, but they're playing a good team tomorrow. They got Toronto Ultra. I'm gonna go with LAG on this one. I think they're gonna shut down the Toronto Ultra tomorrow. I'm gonna go 3-2 LAG. Who do you got, Pat?
I think the LAG fire has been put out, Tom. I'm going 3-0 Toronto Ultra.
Chris, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with LAG. I'm just gonna keep riding the LAG train and my homies, and I think they're a good team, man. Like these guys obviously showed they can compete with the best, so I'm gonna have them winning this one. I think they need to win this for winners bracket, right?
I know there's a few teams on a cusp, but yeah, they might have to win this for winners. You're right.
Yeah, so the pressure's on for them. I think Toronto Ultra secured winners bracket for sure. So yeah, pressure's on LAG. I think they're gonna show out.
Ben, who do you got?
Well, I put a link in the chat. You can watch out his prediction, but there's a lot of, I think, potential beef in this matchup. There were some things said in the beginning of the season between these two teams, and I think Joe kind of got in on the trash talk too. So I think the emotions are going to be running high. Unfortunately for LAG, I think just like with Faze, I just don't see a path for LAG to dominate the hard points and win this one. I got Toronto actually doing it in 4.
Sounds good. What is this? What is this that you sent me, Ben? Let's take a look and see this clip that Benji Nassim sent over, as he thinks there's going to be some storylines going into this one. Let's tune in.
How'd that guy get a substitute spot of being good at Vanguard ranked? I have no fucking clue because he's dog shit.
Who?
Fucking Joe DeCease, bro. He does not deserve a spot. Guy
He
didn't
got
do
a sub
shit.
spot?
Bro, he's a sub spot. He's never played in challengers in his life.
Who's he playing? Or who? For who?
Apparently, it's for LAG.
Chad Dick Rider? Holy shit! I'm a fucking rank kid. I just won my first cup, you shitter. Look at my dick.
Oh shit, let him know, yo.
Damn. Get off my fucking dick. Moron. Fuck, bro. Holy shit.
Good job, guys.
You should take to the Vanguard rank lobby. I don't give a fuck.
No,
It's not 1-for-1. Let's fucking go. Holy shit.
Like you're making plays. Good job.
Holy fucking shit.
Good call, good call.
Bro, Scappy, I'm gonna be honest, I don't give a fuck what you say, bro. I really don't care what you say, bro. You can talk all this shit you want. Talk all the shit you want. And I literally do not give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I just won. What you say means nothing to me, brother. It literally means nothing. I'm happy. I'm good, bro. Oh, I mean, you came in my chat. Like, you literally came in my chat. You were literally watching my stream and came in my chat and told me to go back to rank. Like, that's the funniest part about it, bro. You came in here. No one told you to come in here. You came in here to watch me play, bro. You're in the league and you're still worried about amateurs. Think about that, brother. Like, dude, it's literally rent free in your head.
Damn.
Think about that.
Damn, son. Hey, listen, maybe some storylines. Yo, Chris, did he take your line? You're sitting there watching me play? Chris, he's taking your line, bro. What's up with that?
Let's go. The line lives on. The legend lives on.
It lives on. It's never going to die, but let's take a look at the rest of these matches. We got Optic Texas going up against Vegas Legion. Listen, I got Optic in this one. I mean, they looked really good. Optic has obviously won a couple series in a row. I think those guys are really starting to figure it out. I feel like they got a lot of confidence right now. In Vegas today, they just struggled. I just felt like Vegas, they just didn't look hot today. I'm hoping tomorrow Vegas comes out with a little bit more energy, maybe a little bit more focus. They were getting frustrated today, and I feel like they got to try and like keep those frustrations in check. I know sometimes things can be aggravating, but you got to stay composed, especially at this level. So I'm going to go with Optic Texas in this one. I'll go 3-1 Optic. I can see Vegas taking a map, but I think Optic's going to have a comfortable dub. Pat, who do you got?
I have, and I'm going to bring up something for you, Tom. Unless Vegas Legion can pull this off by tomorrow, I'm going to go with Optic Texas.
What the hell is that? Girl Scout cookies?
Dude, what is wrong
Help
with you,
us
bro?
get a facility? Nah, that's not right, Pat. That's not right, man. Yeah, that's a good one, though. That is a good one. Chris, who do you got?
I got Optic, no questions.
Ben, Optic.
Unfortunately for Vegas, as good as they are in S&Ds, they're going to have to run respawn to this one. And Optic look in that pure honeymoon phase. XEO is driving. I got, unfortunately, another 3-0 for the Vegas on the wrong end of that, and Optic will get it done in like 30 minutes.
30
Alrighty.
minutes. Damn.
30 minutes. Going to be a quick series, according to Benjay. Let's get on to the next one. We got Boston Breach going up against the Florida Mutineers. I got Boston. I know. I've been hearing good things about him in scrims. I know some people are calling him a scrim team, but I don't know about that Fugazi, man. I think these guys are going to come out and do what they do. I think they just got to worry about the 2-3-5s, right? Like, I think they'll have no problem against Florida winning those hard points. We know Boston, they got a lot of sub talent, a lot of aggression. Tony's been doing his thing. Big Wick has been piecing, so I just feel like these guys are on point. I'm going to go with Boston. I think they're going to end up taking like an S&D and probably winning a couple hard points and taking it 3-1. I'll go with them. Who do you guys got? Pat, you first.
Yeah, I got Boston. No questions for me. I just don't think Florida can't win a hard point. So I mean, I think Boston's good enough to win it. Probably the control. So I'm gonna go Boston here.
I got Boston unless we go game 5 because those guys are cursed. But yeah, Boston probably wins this one.
That's pretty much what I was gonna say, Chris. Like, I got Boston taking this 3-1, but if it goes 5, I've no confidence in Boston. I think are currently 0-4 in game 5s.
Bad.
I wouldn't say that Boston are thriving. This is a big week for them. They obviously got this match, and then they got Thieves. So I think we're going to learn a lot about Boston this weekend.
And then we got the Seattle Surge going up against the New York Subliners. Seattle, they're just up and down to me. Sometimes they look great. Sometimes they look like they need work. Where, on the other side, the New York Subliners, they just look like they're on point every time they're playing. Like, every time they're playing, they just seem like they're at a different pace than everybody else. And they're just playing really confident right now. I think they're still riding off that Major 1 victory. So I'm going to go with the New York Subliners in this one. I'm going to go 3-1 in this one. I can see Seattle again stealing a map. But I just see New York getting a comfortable dub here. We'll see. Pat, who do you got?
Yeah, I think Seattle's just going to go winless in stage 2. I just think this whole stage major, it's again, just the roller coaster for them. And I think right now they're at the bottom of it. So it's just going to be a winless online qualifier followed up by a probably 8-12 at the event. And then they'll maybe come back for Major 3. But this team is just wildly inconsistent. And I think they're in one of those slumps as they were all year last year.
All right. And Chris, who do you got?
I'm going to go New York. They're just a more polished team. However, Seattle, Hardpoint Demons, they can maybe push the series a little bit. We'll see. But just have zero confidence on them in search, bro. It's never been worse. So I definitely got New York here.
Benjay, last one up. Last prediction. Let them know, Ben. Let them have it. Who do you got?
Listen, I think just like the Vegas series, I think both these ones might be over before we get to the 30 or 40 minute mark of the series.
Ben, tomorrow you want to order your food in the Vegas one, and I'll order my food in this one, and we'll see who wins.
Vegas one for 30, but that's a weird. We'll talk it about. I'm down to do the DoorDash challenge, but
the Faze sub.
The Faze sub DoorDash challenge. I like that, but Benjay, I think it's time. Brother. I think it's time you sink this putt. I think you're sinking it today. I got full confidence that you're sinking it today. No, he didn't even take the gas. He didn't even take the gas, bro. He just walked away. I can't believe it. What do you guys got, Pat? You think he's missing or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna go wide right.
Of course he does, Chris. Of course he does. The stinky fucking slippers are on. Pat's going wide right. Chris, where's he going?
He's making this shit.
I think he's making it too. I just feel like he's icy right now. He's icy, and he got the
wide right.
What the hell?
Oh man, what the hell, Ben?
Right, as I called it.
Come on.
What the hell going on?
What the hell?
Chat, never wrong.
Oh man, not again. Look, he's still going too. Look, it's too late. He always goes for a second shot. Just sit back down. He always goes for a second shot because he's aggravated. He missed the putt. Unbelievable.
No further comments at this time.
No further comments.
Ben, I have one thing I want to comment. I want you to give me a comment on. So we saw today that Optic Rambo Ray officially announced he's no longer coaching the Optic team.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And I'm assuming this means JP is now the head coach.
They didn't say that though.
Texas. While the interim head coach, I would assume. While they potentially look for another suitor. And listen, I did see Optic.
Hector did say that apparently that JP is the coach.
Interim though, because I did see Optic had laid off a few people this week. It was very unfortunate for them. I hope they all land on their feet somewhere. But I mean, they do have to make room. $3 million over 3 years is no cheap paycheck, and they got a spot for me, Tom. So we'll see.
Yeah, $3 million over 3 years. That's not a bad deal, Pat. That's actually a pretty good offer.
Dude, I love
that's
Pat, bro.
That's a good deal, man. But no, I did see Optic talking about that. They were talking about it on the watch party. Everybody was saying that Rambo Ray came on, and we tuned in a little bit. And you know, like Hector and Seth were getting Rambo's back a little bit. But I just don't know what Rambo is doing now.
Still the GM. He's still the GM. He was GM and coach.
Oh, I thought they said that he wasn't the GM, but I don't know.
That's what his bio said.
Okay, well, I would have to go back and watch it, but yeah, I'm sure he's still involved, still doing his thing. He had an Optic hat on today. He was chilling with all the guys, so I'm sure he's just getting back into the swing of things. So that's Rambo Ray over there.
Yes, his bio said head coach / GM, so I would assume he's still GM. No,
Ray doesn't seem the kind of guy that's going to instantly change his bio, though.
Wait, so you think he got booted off the GM and the coach role?
Nah.
Like the wait.
Nah.
People in the chat are saying he said he's only doing content.
Oh, really?
Ew.
Content? I'm not really. I honestly don't know. You know, I don't want to just go off chat, but I'm not sure.
That's great. That's crazy.
I would assume he's still GM. If he's only doing content and not doing GM. And that's kind of crazy, but anyway.
And going back to your point too, Pat, hasn't there been a lot of esports organizations laying people off? Like everybody's just laying people off.
It's not just Optic.
And apparently it's not just esports, but yeah, apparently it's just like everywhere. Like people are just getting laid off, like, which sucks to hear, man. I hope people, like you said, land back on their feet and figure something out. But one door closes, another one opens. Ben, what happened with the pup, man? What happened, bro?
I said no further comments. Did you hear what I said? I said no comments at this time.
All right, we're sticking to that, ladies and gentlemen. Ben's not going to want to talk about it. It is what it is. But, hey, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, go to anchor.fm/theflank to check out all the audio sites that we're on. And go follow @theflank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials over there, so make sure to go show him some love. As always, man, take care, brush your hair, and we'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flank, man. Good night, man. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.